All right, we ready?
You gonna say hello to him?
Hello, hello, from the Dice Tower.
Hello, Internet Land.
We're gonna get started with Adrenaline here shortly.
I can't wait for the last person. Are we ready?
Oh, one sec.
Hold on.
Oh, one sec, sorry. I have one small problem. It'll be resolved in just a second. All right, throw in the set. Action.
All right, we rolling over here? All right, this is Adrenaline from CGE, and here's your, oh, there we go. Oh, that's the, okay. Hey, and welcome back to the Dice Tower's coverage of Origins 2016. Today, I am joined by Paul
Hi.
from CGE, and every convention, there's one game that just becomes the buzz. Everywhere you go, someone's talking about it. And for Origins 2016, to me, that game has been Adrenaline.
Okay.
I've heard three things about this game.
Right.
I've heard it replicates a first-person shooter,
Yeah.
but it's a Euro game.
Yeah.
Second thing I've heard is, but it works.
Right.
And
okay.
the third thing I've heard is, no, seriously, it really, really works. So I'm really excited for you to tell us about this.
So yeah, Adrenaline is our new big box game, which we're going to release at Essen this year.
Okay.
What you see here is a complete prototype. None of this is final at all.
Not even the artwork?
No, none of the artwork, nothing of this is final at all. The game development is probably 98% there. There's a couple of little bits we're tweaking about endgame scoring, but apart from that, the game mechanics are pretty much solid and done. So yeah, the theme of the game is it's a first-person shooter in the style of Quake, Unreal Tournament, Doom, or anything like that. But there's no dice in it.
Okay.
Combat is deterministic.
Really? Okay.
Based on the weapon that you have. So for example, the shotgun, which is one of the weapons here, it's very simple. If you are in the same space as somebody else and you shoot them, it deals them 3 points of damage.
Okay.
There's no like rolling to hit or anything. You always hit.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
If, however, you're at range 1, the shotgun only does 2 points of damage.
Okay.
So every weapon is different and all does different things. Some of them are fairly simple, like the shotgun.
Okay.
Other ones, like the Thor, do sort of lightning arc damage that can hit multiple targets around the board.
And so it's kind of a chain lightning gun.
Yes, exactly.
Here, may I grab some of the?
You can grab some of the prototype Munchkin figures.
So are these kind of the rooms that we have here?
Yeah. So figures will be on different spaces, and the Thor, for example, is a really cool weapon because if the blue player fires this Thor cannon, it will shoot his primary target. But then the lightning will arc to a secondary target that can be seen from the first target. So although this guy can't see him, the lightning bounces around the arena. So all the weapons are different, unique, and all do different things. But as I say, you always hit, and the way that it works is that when you deal somebody damage, you give them your damage tokens.
Okay, your color damage tokens.
So if I'm the purple player and I've shot blue, then I will give, and I've done 3 damage, I give him 3 damage. He says, thank you very much, Paul, for the damage, because it's a very, very polite game.
Oh, yes.
And we put the damage on there.
Okay.
When the blue player dies, eventually, you then work out who did the most damage to them.
All right.
And whoever did the most damage will score the most victory points. Second most will score the second most points.
Okay.
So it's kind of area control mechanics.
Yes, I was going to say, it's not just going in there, bang, bang, bang.
No. There are points for first blood. There's a bonus for getting the kill shot. There's overkill mechanics as well. There's all sorts of cool stuff in there. But essentially, you are trying to get damage on the players so that when they die, you will score points. So one guy in the UK described it as an area control game, but the areas that you're trying to control are running around and shooting you with a flamethrower. And it's like, that's kind of right. So on your turn, you're looking at the weapons you've got, you're looking at where you are. You also have some power-up cards that allow you to do cool stuff like teleport or move somebody else on the board, and you combo the things together, and you got to go, right, okay, he's not been hit, so I could shoot him and get first blood. But actually, I could, if I do 2 damage there, I could get the kill shot. So you actually think about what you want to do on your turn, and then you execute it without the randomness of the dice going, oh, and then I failed to do it.
You've taken a very chaotic environment and taken all the chaos out of it, and replaced it with a different type of chaos.
Yeah.
But wow, and so And it sounds like there's also stuff in there to encourage people to prevent them from picking on one player.
Yes. Yeah.
So kind of spreading it out and keeping things moving.
Spreading your damage out is good. Now, the way that the weapons work is that once you've fired a weapon, say I've got this Whisper, which is sniper rifle, effectively. When it's in your hand, it's a loaded weapon, and everybody knows you've got a loaded sniper rifle in your hand. When you fire it, you put it on the table and you do what it says.
Okay.
It's now out of ammo. You've got to reload it.
Okay.
To reload it, you spend the appropriate coloured cube. So each player has ammo.
Oh, okay.
And you have to move around the board to pick up new ammo.
That's what this is.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what those are.
Okay.
And then if at the end of my turn I manage to have 2 blue and a yellow, I can spend that and I reload the Whisper.
So you've actually also incorporated resource management in here to get the ammo to fuel your weapon so you can reload.
Exactly. So this is why people are saying that people who like Euro games will like this, because this is a kind of resource management.
Yes.
And obviously without the dice and everything else. Yeah. And Rodney Smith said to me yesterday, he said, you're going to trick the Ameritrash players into playing a Euro without knowing it. Because they'll play it, because they'll run around the arena and shoot each other. Now the figures, as I say, these are not the figures that are going to come with the game, but as of yesterday, I am able to show you.
Let's get that.
We can get that here. So these are going to be between 40 and 50 mil figures.
Oh, wow, okay.
And they are going to be solid plastic colour, and they're not all humans with guns. So the yellow one is like a big robot thing with a big smiley face on the front. And yeah, they're all different. So that's that. The green guy's a big lizardy alien. So yeah, these are going to be pretty big plastic minis.
Does each player have a different player power? Or
no, the player powers
are the weapons?
Are the weapons. So as soon as you pick up this weapon, that actually defines, and you can have multiple weapons in the game. So yeah, the players don't start off with any asymmetric powers, but the weapons.
How many different weapons will there be?
There's 19 weapons at the moment in the game.
So that's a lot of variation, a lot of flexibility.
3 to 5 players. The time on the box says 60 minutes, and it is 60 minutes.
Okay, to wrap up here, you did mention, this is a very early prototype. It's even still like 98% cooked.
Yeah.
So what's kind of the development timeline that we're looking at from here?
We're going to be finishing the rules probably in the next couple of weeks. The artwork is actually going on at the time. The miniature production has started because that needs to happen well in advance.
Oh, yeah.
By the time we get to Gen Con, it will be the finished game.
Gen Con 2016.
We won't be releasing it, but the prototype that we will have at Gen Con
will be the finished game.
Will be the finished game, and then it'll be available at Essen.
Excellent. Yeah. Oh, cool. So still 2016 is your timeline.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm really looking forward to see how this finishes up and progresses.
Cool.
So thank you, Paul, for
Thanks
sharing
very much
this.
for your time.
Cool. Yes.
Okay.
And for more of Origins 2016, be sure to stay tuned to the Dice Tower. Talk to you then.
Cool.
Very cool.
It's nice to hear people saying good things about it, because we've not been really promoting it or anything else. I just told a few people and said, look, come and try it, see what you think of it. And then they've been coming back to me and going, this is really good. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you like it.
That's why it's always been, have you heard of Adrenaline over there? It kind of came out of nowhere to people. So
So at Gen Con I'll be doing more of a push to get people to come and see it. Because as I say, what we will have at Gen Con is going to be the final version.
That makes sense to to go slowly until you have actually something that looks more like the final.
Yeah. I mean, the boards are going to be similar to this. 5-player board, 4-player board, alternative 4-player board, 5-player board.
Oh, neat! So it's not just a front and a back. You have 4.
Behold the Stevicus monochorus in his natural habitat. His small stature requires him to be more sarcastic and wisecrackish than the other animals in the forest. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Going around too fast, huh? That was a bust. It just went over to the table.
Thank you very much.
don't know if I got that. I was trying to follow him around like a CEO. I wanted to follow him.
All right, we're throwing to the set.
Okay. Can we turn these this way so that they
Oh, whichever way you need to. I don't care.
just so that they see the numbers face up?
Oh, for that camera?
That one.
That
That
camera.
one's getting the close-ups.
All right.
So if we have them lined up like this,
What kind of shoddy organization is this? Why can't the camera be here so that then we
Wow.
could see it too? That's so. All right, so. All right, we need more stuff. You're gonna have the box. I don't know what this is.
could be anything.
Could be anything in
What's
that
with the little elbow pieces?
punchboard crap.
Okay.
You need this.
All right.
We need food. These all have to be together.
Okay.
Okay, a couple things, remember?
You're always
On my
live.
camera now.
Yes.
Also, watch your mouth.
Also, you're on live camera.
Tom Basil. Come on. I think I know that.
This game any good?
You love this game. Hey, that thing that I talked to you about,
We're never going to get these done
about
if
this
you
game
keep
and that thing I
bothering
talked to you about, did you actually contact people? The thing, remember that? The thing with the guy you know.
Oh, the guy that I know, the thing that I know, I haven't been able to get through to those people.
All right,
but I
can you
may not have
please?
the contacts that I.
All right, well then,
have.
just give it one shot, and then I'll do my thing, because I had another shot. He knows a guy. All of a sudden, he became part of the mafia. I
He
don't
knows
understand
lots
this.
of guys.
Yeah, but he knows some guys that I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
But I'm happy to hear that you're making progress with that thing that you talked about that time.
The thing with the guy.
With the guy. And
Yeah.
I mean, they're just saying things have moved forward.
With the guy.
With the guy.
Right. Right. A million little bits. Sorry. All right.
Oh, why, thank you.
You probably wouldn't have taken that one.
Oh, that's much better.
That's much better. I would have taken it. All right. Not that anybody can see what we have there. But anyway, there's
We
more
can- we can
stuff.
show them.
There's more stuff. All right. Whenever you're ready,
Are you
I
ready?
guess I'm ready. I don't know. Am I
I
ready?
need to reset the timer, and that's just to make sure you don't talk too much.
I'm not known to do that.
You're so a guy
6 minutes? You only giving me 6 minutes?
for each game.
Marler.
Well, people normally get a different.
No, I know. That's right.
It's you got a rolling over here.
You got
You gotta
a thing over there.
refuse the Wi-Fi.
Refuse the wife.
Okay, we're rolling.
Make it
Again,
happen.
apparently twice. It just won't accept that you
Really
don't
wants to
want
connect to
Wi-Fi. All right. All right, I'm gonna do a quick slate and then we'll start. Once
Whatever.
they're rolling. You guys rolling? They're rolling. This is Animals on Board from Stronghold Games in 3, 2. Hi, and welcome back to Columbus, Ohio for the Origin Summer Preview. I am joined by Mr. Stephen Bonacore from Stronghold Games. Hello, sir.
Good to see you. Good to see you. But better to see you than other people first thing in
Really?
the morning. Yes. I don't even know where he is. Oh yeah, he's
Fresher
over there.
face, as it were. Animals on Board is the game we're talking about
We
here.
are.
We're collecting animals and putting them on large
Yes.
boats.
Yes, and this is a Spiel des Jahres recommended game. Didn't make the
Excellent.
nomination list,
You know-
but it was recommended, which is kind of very cool too.
You'll take what you can get.
Yes, and Engelstein said to me that it's better to be recommended this year because then you won't be disappointed when Codenames wins. So I,
There you go.
I figured it was a good thing. So
Okay.
it's great. But this is a really, really interesting. I split, you choose game.
Got it.
That's what the mechanic is. And
Yep.
thematically, we each have an arc. These
All right.
3D pieces right here. Those are arcs. And we each have our own arc. And you know, there's this other guy, you might have heard of him, called Noah.
I have.
You have heard of Noah? He has an arc too. And he claims all pairs of animals.
He's
So,
patented that.
he has an anti-pairing law. It actually says it in the game.
Isn't it?
Anti-pairing law that he, and on the box you see Noah's arc back there.
Yep.
And this is us, one of us, and you know, he's looking at the two giraffes and saying, hey, you guys
Yeah,
gotta go over there.
you go
You're
in
a
there.
pair. So you can collect singles, or 3s, 4s, or 5s of a kind, and that's the most. There's 5 of a kind of each type of animal. There's like 12 animals in the game. And you play with different numbers of the animals based on the number of players. So how does the game work? So each player starts with one animal already on their board, which they would have chosen.
I've got my starter fox.
I've got a starter rhinoceros here. Which we would not know about. So we wouldn't know. That's hidden information.
You don't know I've got a fox.
You don't, I don't. That's right.
Okay.
You would have selected 3 animals, picked one, and the other ones would have gone to the center. Gotcha. Depending on the number of players, you put a certain number of animals out here, one face down. And then the mechanic is, I split, and you can choose. So, for instance, I might say, and I don't know you have a fox.
Right.
But maybe I said I did this, and I took these animals, and I moved them here. Now we have 2 herds of animals.
Okay.
And we're just going to keep splitting animals, and when you split, you then take a food crate. You may bring animals on board once you can pay the amount of food equal to the number of animals you're bringing on board.
So I need 1 crate of food for each individual tile that I take.
That you bring on board. So in the beginning, there's a lot of splitting and not as much choosing.
Right.
And any kind of split is possible. I could have simply said, this is one big herd, I could have done this.
But then somebody could easily snatch that.
Sure, they could take that because they would have had one.
Out of the round?
Very good. Once you do the second action, which is the take action, you go on a break. You take your little break flag and you put it here.
Nice.
And now you're out of, and this is going to continue until each person has done a selection, and then once that final once there's only one person who hasn't done it, they get one more split. or choose.
Right.
So there's one more action after 3 people, if it was a 4-player game, to a break. In the 2-player game, once you've taken something, I get one more action. If I split, it wouldn't do too much. I would just grab another food into my pile, but I might want that, or I could have picked, say, spend 2 food and grab these 2 guys and bring them on board.
Okay.
So, at the end, after we've done splitting and choosing, back and forth, and you've got animals, we then simply turn over our animals, and we're going to make sets. If there's any pairs, boom.
Noah gets them.
Noah takes them. Basically, you score 0 for any pairs. If you have any single animals, you score the number that's on the animal. The numbers go from 1 to 5, as you can see here. And if you have, I just threw animals at you. You probably would not have done this set.
I did a terrible job making pairs.
So, for instance, if you would have had these animals right here, and this is an interesting thing to show. So you had a pair here, you have a single here, and you've got, that's not the same.
Yep.
Saying you had this guy, and you had this guy, and you had this guy. You would not score anything for
that.
0 for here, 3 points for this one guy, 5 times 3, because that's what they score when they're in 3s, 4s, or 5s. 5 times the number you have, so you really try to get them.
That's good.
And then 5 points because it's just a single, and a single, that number. That's how you score plus 1 point for any food crate you have.
Okay.
Very fast, with little tricky decisions that you have to I saw Eric picking up foxes before, so therefore I have to make sure that the foxes don't stay together and things like that. So great family game. Easily, it says 8 to adult on the box. We've seen 6-year-olds play it and get the game without a problem at all. But gamers love it. It was a big thing at the gathering. Gamers were loving this game because it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's constantly working through the splitting and which ones you want to get and how you can make sure people don't know what you're trying to bring on board and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, and this is available now?
This just came out about 3 weeks ago. Available across the world right now. Yes.
Excellent. Animals on board from Stronghold Games. Stephen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. All right. There's one.
One down. All right.
You want the boats in first?
It's easy to pack it that way. Yeah. Then just toss everything in. Yeah.
How's your stock looking on these? You're flying through them, or are they?
No, not as fast as I'd like, but no, it's definitely moving. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we. We're gonna grab this.
Hopefully, we packed that so that it's gonna close.
That's close enough. Just leave it.
I'll go put down the other table.
Bear Valley.
I talked about getting you a game, so possibly I probably will. We'll see. But worst case, I just send it to you.
No, I'll check in.
Okay.
Sunday.
So this is the angle, right?
Yes. This is Mr. Chuddick, right?
This is Mr. Chuddick. Tom loves this game.
Ooh.
Jerk. No, he doesn't like it. He gave it a okay review. But I'm in love, and every time I play this game with people, they're digging it, so I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care what Tom says.
Doesn't matter. He's not the be-all, end-all.
That's right.
Who needs him? I need him.
Do you need
Please,
him?
Tom, never go away.
Please, Tom. Can you get this whole thing on camera?
Yes.
Good.
How you have it is perfect.
Is that good
Now
too?
he's going to add to it.
Yeah, that's good enough. We're just gonna leave this.
It's almost perfect. Yeah, it's the whole width.
Can you see them? I'm just gonna put some cards out so you can see them. These are, we're not gonna use them. We're gonna
we might
see
want
them.
to put, if we're gonna maybe over here for the extra cards or over here.
I'm gonna just, will these
Yeah.
be in the way if they're right here?
All right.
Are those, do you want these on camera?
I want to show that there are more river cards, so sure, put them over there. That's great.
Ooh, flashlights and rope and knives. Oh my!
Oh my! I was hoping you'd go for that. We got this. We got this. We got these guys. All right. Boom. Pick a color.
Purple.
There you go.
That's my Campbell.
All right. So whenever you are ready, hopefully I can make fun of Tom enough on this one.
Oh, good. Ready.
Let's bring these down a little bit because the deck isn't on. So if you're going to be pulling cards off the deck, let's get this right.
Well, yeah, but we're gonna need room to put stuff.
We can shove stuff around.
Yeah, we can move stuff around. Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
All rolling. This is Bear Valley from Stronghold Games in 3, 2. Hello and welcome back to Columbus for the Origins Summer Preview 2016. I'm Eric Summerer here with Stephen Bonacore.
Hello, Eric. How are you?
And we're looking at Bear Valley, a new game from Carl Chuddick.
That's right. Carl's got some great cred in the industry.
He sure does.
Master of card games. His big famous one, Glory to Rome.
Yep.
Mataina, Innovation. And all those games are like super intense, brain-burning, meaty games, right? That's kind of what he's known for.
That's the reputation, yeah.
Sort of on the other side of the spectrum, he's got like Red 7, which is also a very interesting game, but lighter and easier to play and much more approachable.
Okay.
So if you put, here is like Glory to Rome, and here is like Red 7. Oh,
okay.
We'll both do this, right? That's it.
I want a wider spectrum.
Oh, wider spectrum.
Yes.
So, Red 7, Glory to Rome, we're over here with Bear Valley.
Okay.
It's simple, easy to play, push your luck game.
Okay.
With all these little cute little rules that Chuddick's kind of known for too. So we'll explain how that works. In Bear Valley, you are lost in the wilderness. You're here at this base camp.
Got a little base camp.
You have a little sleeping bags there. As you probably can't pick that up there, but there's the little sleeping bags over here, and you're trying to get over here to this really nice final place where there's a cabin and a fire. So that's your goal. Not cooperatively. Goal. I want to be the first person there. I win, and the rest of you guys get eaten by bears.
Oh, okay. Great.
They get eaten by bears. So how you do this? Well, you're going to do this via exploring, moving around, exploring areas, and traversing through ones that have already been explored. And the mechanic is you simply point to where you want to go, and you say 1 o'clock. And it's going to show the progression of time as you move forward. So I go 1 o'clock. And I put this card down. The cards are brick laid like this. You can kind of see how it's going to show up.
Okay.
And then I can either move there or not move there. You never have to move. Or I can continue exploring. On the first round of the game, I would just have to stop because it's because then you would go and then you would go up to 2, and then from there you can go as far as you want. But let me just continue. So if I want, I can then say, and I can put this in either direction, as long as it matches up that I can get off the card.
Right.
So I go like that.
That seems like a good place.
Say I go 2 o'clock. Here's a card that has 2 levels on it. I can put it this. I can put it this way, and then be on this bottom level. Or I can put it this way, and I'd be on the top, on the bridge level. And I don't want to go this direction because I want to try to get over there, so maybe I go like this, 2 o'clock. And I point here, I go 3 o'clock. Oh, this is a perfect card too. The mechanic, well, it's not a perfect card because I can't actually match it up. But the mechanic here is that if I could match it up, I say this is not legal, you do this. Once there's 3 exits on a card at 3 o'clock, or 4 at 4, or 5 at 5, or 6 at 6, you've lost. You've been lost in the woods. That's the mechanic of getting lost in the woods.
Okay.
So I would have to place it like this. I'm lost in the woods. I have to come back to start, or to my beginning. I don't
To
move.
reset.
I don't move. I can take a contingency move to move in another direction that was known already to me. In this case, at the beginning of the game, we don't have that. Then the next player would go. Let's say you want to, like, you move and you want to go this way. You say 1 o'clock, and you pull a card.
And that has more than one exit.
More than
so
one exit, you're good.
I'm good.
The push your luck mechanic also goes past. You can go 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. If you push your luck past 6 o'clock and a bear shows up, you are eaten by the bear and you're out of the game. Now, why would you do that? Well, you wouldn't. In the beginning of the game, or as you're moving, you would never go past 6 o'clock to be thrown out of the game. It's kind of dumb. But if you're here at the end and people are like making that last bit, and they're might win on the next turn, you might do that last ditch effort to make it to the end. So no one ever gets, if you play well, no one gets out of the game and eaten by bears early. Right. It might be a last ditch effort and you laugh and go crazy with your friends. Now, some of the cards have other things on them. We saw over here we had butterflies.
Yep.
If I start my turn on a card with a graphic like that, I'm going to get the power that the butterflies bring me. In this case, I can't be lost in the woods.
Nice.
So if I even drew the 3 exit card on 3 o'clock, or the 4 on 4, or the 5 on 5, or 6 on 6, I could still continue. I can't be lost in the woods. There's items here as well. Again, this doesn't match up. Whatever, we'll say we put it here.
Sure.
When an item shows up, it goes onto the card. If I start my turn there, I can take it with me. Then each item has a different effect. The telescope enables me to get like a free explore for all the tiles around there, and I can just draw them off the top and start putting them down in any orientation, whether they're legal or not, because I looked through my telescope and I found all this interesting stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna put stuff down like that. And I've looked, and then I've used the telescope, and it goes away. The fox, if you start your turn, most things happen if you start your turn with the fox, you're as wily as a fox, and you can pass through other players. Normally, if a player is someplace, I cannot pass through his card to do something. So players block each other from moving. And there are mountains that make things harder to go. There's the picnic basket. If you find the card, if you find the picnic basket, and the bear then and you have it with you, and the bear does show up, you can drop the picnic basket and keep going.
And it keeps bears away.
Keeps bears away from you. The rope is the one that takes you between the different levels. The flashlight enables you to go into a cave and emerge.
Come out another cave.
And emerge in another cave.
Maybe over there.
Maybe over here if there was
awesome.
a cave over here. Exactly like that.
Wow.
And there's gold in the game. The gold is used at the trading post to get items and things like that. There's a crazy alternate win condition even in the game that if you've collected 3 pieces of gold, which is going to be hard to do because there's not that many of them, and you're over here, if you can actually find your way back, you can win the game. It's like calling in the chopper. You're so rich, you're called in the helicopter to come rescue you.
Okay.
And that's like a sort of a catch-up mechanic that, people are over there, but all of a sudden you've been exploring crazy. Oh my God, look, I
got enough money, I can hire my way out.
I'm hiring my way out of here.
Wow.
So the game is about exploring, pushing your luck a little bit, and using all the items that you find. And you can see there's all kinds of items here, and gold, and plays to 6 players. And then when you really get good at it, you can play with the characters.
With special
and
powers.
The characters have an advantage and a disadvantage, of course.
Okay.
Like, Forrest is allergic to trees, but he also gets a bonus with foxes and things like that. And each one of those things has a different ability. You can make this river as long as you want. All these are extra cards, extra river cards. We made it a very short river, but you can make it long. Fun, fast game. It plays 20, 30 minutes if you play with the entire thing. Just a laugh riot, watching your friends' misfortune as they push their luck and don't do well. And I literally played this game 25 times, never had a bad experience with it with people. Tom was like, Tom.
You have to learn not to take these things personally.
No, I don't,
when he doesn't.
I do. But no, I'm just loving this game, and I love the whole craziness that Chuddick brings to games. So this
Bear
is my
Valley is
game.
available now?
It is not.
No.
It's here at Origins for the first time. It'll be available at the end of June, June 22nd, I believe.
Okay,
is the street date.
Close to now.
Close to now. It'll be available probably around the time you post this, maybe sometime next week.
Stephen, thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric.
Bear
Appreciate
Valley.
it.
See you next time.
Did we go? Notice.
We did.
That's all right.
You were on a roll, though.
I was on a roll. Let me grab these cards separate.
I just let that go. Picnic baskets.
The picnic basket, of course. Of course, I have to say it like that.
Does it say it in the rules like that?
Probably not.
Pick-a-nick basket.
The picnic basket. Have you played
And then
this?
Stella Conflict.
Have you played this?
No, I've not.
Okay. I'm not quite as versed
I've
on the
heard about
rules,
the
but I'll
laser
be
bands,
fine.
though.
Yes. Yes. Hey, very good. You do know those. Find that chip.
Okay.
Find that chip.
I did.
You can see that?
I thought I smelled something.
You can see that?
Yeah.
You can see that? No. All right, put them over there.
Can I see what?
Now, we're obviously not going to do a lot of playing here. We need a big surface to
That's
do this
fine.
on, but we're going to show how it works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a. You got those two. Victory points, value. All right, I'm just gonna give you a stack of cards.
Okay.
I gotta find my main ship. Big ship. I was gonna curse a little. Sorry, Tom. All right. I didn't want that. No. Make a deck.
Oh, sorry.
Do that. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm making it worse.
You're yellow.
Laser band. All right, we ready?
Are we ready? Wait. Must
This is Stronghold Games with Stellar Conflict in 3. Hello and welcome back to Origins for our Origins Summer Preview. I'm Eric Summer here with Stephen Bonacore
Again.
from Stronghold Games. Maybe they're watching this in a different order.
They might be.
For our first interview, here's Stephen Bonacore from Stronghold Games. We're looking at Stellar Conflict.
We are looking at Stellar Conflict. Now, Stellar Conflict is in the Among the Stars universe.
Okay.
Thematically. So the same races appear, for instance. And the same styles of ships and things like that, and the same type of art. However, it is not a card drafting game like Among the Stars.
Okay.
Among the Stars is a la Seven Wonders, where you grab some cards, you select one, you pass, and you're building a space station in front of you, trying to get the best space station. Here, the races have met someplace, and a skirmish is occurring.
Okay.
A fight is occurring.
Yes.
So this is a very, very fast game with a real-time element in it. In the beginning of the game, you're going to build a deck of ships. All the cards that you get are ships. Now, we've splayed these out. The green player would build a deck from this. The blue player, we've grabbed some cards to do the same thing. The cards will be built, the decks will be built based on how powerful they are. So you'll set a certain limit. You'll say we're going to play a 25-point game.
Okay, they all have point values.
They all have a point value underneath the victory point value. So you have a point value, a victory point value, an initiative value, and how many hits that the ship takes.
Okay.
And ships have, excuse me, and some ships have special powers that are at the bottom. So we build that. We take our cargo ship, which is basically a sitting duck. We do that one on the top of our deck, and we take our big bad ship. We put that on the bottom of our deck. Hopefully, we get it out in time. Then we say red, and we obviously don't have nearly enough table space for this, and we're not standing and running around. But what we do in a 30-second, 60-second, or 90-second round, one of those rounds, we can pick it like a really, really, really fast game,
okay,
or a middle size, or a bigger game, and that'll depend sort of how many cards you add and how many points you add in your deck. We're literally gonna say go, start a clock, start turning over cards. Now the first one is your cargo ship. You want to kind of protect it, and then continue doing that. And then the ships have these laser beams that you're going to want to end. And as soon as you take your finger off, you cannot touch the card anymore. So Eric, you probably would have done it maybe this way to shoot at me or something like that. and that's a shield over there. And then I would do this and say, all right, I'm gonna come over here and try to hit that thing again. And do this.
I can aim for you.
And then the clock will be going, and I gotta turn it around.
Right there, and it's here. It's just shoot at you both.
Oh crap! And friendly fire is really bad.
Oh.
All right, the time is up. Right? Didn't even deploy our ships. Didn't even get the really big ship out, for instance. And then we would take cubes and put them on the cargo ships. 4 cubes. That's your cargo. Was mine. There it is. And then we would see how the battle ended. Those are out. Those are out of the game. We got starting with Initiative 1. So we look at Initiative 1 ships. This guy goes twice. He goes on 1 and 3.
Okay.
And he would go, and guess what? Boom. Oh, we have. You might confuse these with rubber bands.
Laser bands.
These are laser bands. So don't confuse them. So you go like this, and look, I just took friendly fire here. So
and it's if you hit the card or the ship itself.
Hit the card. You hit the cards. So all of a sudden, I would have hit myself and took a point of damage.
Ouch.
Really dumb. Any
You don't wanna do that.
other 1-point initiatives? Here's another one. Okay.
Well, that hits my cargo ship.
Yeah, his cargo ship. I transfer. Boom! I destroyed it, and I got some of your cargo.
Laser cargo transfer.
Laser cargo transfer. Any other Initiative 1s? Initiative 2s. We're not going to finish the whole thing.
Right.
Just to show you a few things. Here's Initiative 2. Look. Boom.
Oh,
now,
no.
I believe the green lasers do 2 damage. So boom, boom.
You believe they do?
I believe they do. There's 3 types of lasers on there. There's actually 4 with one of the other races that can go through shields. So you do either 1, 2, or 3 points of damage. You go through shields. Some of the ships have different powers on them. I don't see any of the ones that. Here's one that says cannot be damaged by the
by strength 3
by
lasers.
The strength 3 lasers. A really, really great ship. You're going to do this, and as ships get destroyed, you're going to take them and put them into your. Well, hopefully you would put that one in your pile because it's one of mine.
It's worth points.
Hopefully I would get some of these, into my pile, and you get some of these into your pile. You see we destroyed. At the end of the game, we're going to add up the number of victory points represented by each one of the ships. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What did you get? I just threw them at you. 5, 6, 7. So I win.
You win, of course. In the demo,
the game is in the demo. I win. That's the only time I can win. Crazy, crazy fast as people are throwing things around the table and moving around and trying to sneak up on people and things like that. So when you're playing this on a medium size, this is even too big of a. Well, we have a huge 6-foot table here. We'd want to play this on a 4-foot table and move our ships around and before we drop them off. 10 to 15 minute game in total.
Okay.
Once you know these rules, it's a 10 to 15 minute game. Great little fast filler game. Actually, my fastest selling game right now at the show.
Really? Great.
Yeah. We also have I sponsor the bar coaster here at the show at the big bar on 2 at the Hyatt, and we have at the booth these bar coasters that are a playable promo for the game, so you can actually use them in the game. We created some rules around it.
That's cool.
They look like it. They are a ship on one side, on the other side they're a secret base, and we put some rules up on the website. And
so
people are saying,
don't spill your beer. You got to save it for the game.
you don't want to put your beer on there at the same time as you're playing the game. That would be a very bad thing. And people are saying oh no, I can't get it because I'm not at Origins. We'll probably put them on the website, and
great.
If you pay a couple bucks, and we'll send them to you or something like that too. But anyway, Stellar Conflict will also come out in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Or next week, June 22nd. Be available at the same time as Bear Valley.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, I went overtime again. Sorry. I'm leaving.
We were just right there.
Oh, man. Get him off the stage. Boo. Tom is yelling at me, by the way. You can't hear him. Those listening at home. How many viewers do you have right now? Do you know? You probably know, right?
Yeah, I haven't looked at it, but
yeah. Yeah, really?
It's been the average.
On a what's today? Friday?
Friday, yeah.
Friday morning, people not at work?
Well.
Oh, they're at work.
Yeah.
They're at work.
Yes, they're working.
Laser band. I'll take your mic when you have a free hand.
Yes, you will. This was falling off me. In fact, I don't have a belt. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good one. I'll be by Sunday.
Yeah. If you don't mind, come by then, and I'm sure that we can hook you up.
Cool.
And give Bear Valley a real shot.
Yeah.
Unlike Tom, give it a real shot.
Yeah, 3 games from Queen. That looks like 4 games from Queen. No, that's 3.
Laser transfer. It's the future.
I'm gonna grab a drink and I'll be right back.
Yeah, that sucks, man. you good with Miami area as well?
Hey, Matt. We are live.
Matt, it was good to see you. Take it easy. So hopefully we'll see you there. Be awake and see you. Oh, well, we'll swing back by and say hi. Would you like 2 more players? Oh, wait, do you choose from the available monsters or the ones that are already there? Just say this one's dead. Okay, so pick one monster that you choose before, so you would have to say Golem, you'd have to say Indeed. Or when you don't know the names of them, you can just point and say that guy. Okay. Okay. So welcome to the desert. There's going to be one hero. Okay? This is our, do you mind if we start where This is our fearless hero with his weapons. Okay? These are the magic items that he uses, extra hit points, you can defeat the dragon.
I'm getting it down, but
All right.
the first couple times I was like, how does this even go together correctly? All right.
It's a vampire superhero game?
Sort of.
All right.
They're just super.
They're just super.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
all right. If we're ready.
Oh. Just kick the table.
Is your mic the green light on top?
Yeah.
Yes, it is lit. And mine is still lit. Nikki, correct?
Yeah.
Just double checking.
Yeah. I didn't know how you guys felt about repeats, so I did not bring World Monuments because I had World Monuments at Gamma.
Yeah, it's probably good.
So, okay.
The video exists already, and we
Yeah.
have them all archived, so it's
All
probably
right.
good to go this route. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Are we rolling there as well?
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing a quick slate that we're talking about Super Vampire, which is from Queen Games, and we'll go in 3.
Haha.
Hello and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview 2016. I'm Eric Summerer here with Nikki from Queen Games, and I'm already intrigued by the structure we have built for Super Vampire.
Yes. It's pretty. The art is great. I love
Sure.
this. I don't know if you can see any of that, but so the concept of the game is you are all vampires. You have just cleaned up your wonderful castle, and then this evil doctor comes in and starts throwing garlic all over your place, and of course you're vampires.
Wait, who wants that?
So you don't want that.
Okay.
So you got to clean this up before the sun comes up.
Okay.
And you're going to feed them to your little green monster garlic eater guys.
Those
They're-
are always helpful to have in a castle.
They're really helpful. Even the directions say they don't like to move, they don't like anything, so they like just eating.
Okay.
So you feed them the garlic as you collect it around the castle.
Okay.
The way you get garlic onto the castle is you have this lovely die
Uh-huh.
with the colors on them, which correspond to garlics on this little labyrinth map.
Uh-huh.
And you roll it, and I got a red.
Yep.
So I put 1 garlic on the red, and then I'm gonna play as if I'm the green player.
Okay.
And I push along the track to pick up the garlic. I can drag it this way. The illegal movement is
can't
this.
touch on the
that
top.
would be crazy.
Right. Can't do that.
No, it's too easy.
So you have to.
So I'm gonna go get this thing. I've demoed it a bunch, but it's amazing to me how much I still knock it off the track. You pick it up. At this point, you can choose to roll again and go for some more garlic, or head back to your tower and feed your little monster.
So you could collect a little stack of garlic.
You could.
If you're feeling particularly daring.
Exactly. While you're doing this, the other players in the game are going to have these sun dice. They are black on all sides except one. And they'll be evenly distributed among your players. So while I'm pushing around, you would be rolling this one die until a sun comes up. As soon as the sun comes up, you yell sun, just to let me know the clock is counting down. And you put it on this little track over here. Once that track is full, you are out of time. Hopefully you've gotten your garlic back to your tower. So that's something for you to think about before you decide to maybe collect more
if time
garlic
is,
around
is
the
almost
place.
up, you want to rush back to your pillar. What if I'm caught out in the middle of the lattice when I run out of time?
You have lost.
I lost all the garlic I collected.
Garlic goes back into the
and I run
pile.
Smoldering slightly back to my...
Exactly, back to your tower.
Okay.
If you fall off with garlic on, you garlic goes back to the drop pile. You start at your tower. You roll again.
So you could could still be going. I just reset.
As long as you still
have
have time, you just reset. And also, there's a rule: if you just dump the garlic off and you're out in the middle of nowhere, you get to stay there. But again, your garlic goes back to the drop pile. And there's a whole other...
there's a secondary map.
There's a secondary map you can try to do.
And it looks like double-sided so that the garlic shows up in different places?
Yeah. Well, no.
Or is that
You pointed something out to me. There you go. I had no idea.
So, and we play until?
You play until there's no more garlic left to put.
Once it's out of the castle, we've taken care of the garlic. Most garlic wins.
Lift this off. Woo. And whatever garlic you've got down in your tower, whoever's got the most is the winner.
All right. When can we get Super Vampire?
Super Vampire should be available within the next 2 to 3 weeks. You can find it on Amazon and your normal brick and mortars.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Nikki. And thank you for watching. Fun times.
Just throw it. I'll clean it up later. Just throw it in the box.
So leave them assembled for now?
Yeah. That'll make my job easier when I set it up on our demo tables anyways, so.
But they wouldn't normally fit in the box assembled,
No,
correct?
you gotta take them apart.
Well, then it's gonna be a little messy.
I'll go carefully put this on the other table.
All right. Spooky castle.
Spooky castle.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Oh no, there's something I didn't think about. I did not construct those.
Oh. What do we need to do?
There's a diagram here, which kind of tells you what pieces to do.
Oh boy.
I could do that if you want. You don't have to try to figure that out.
Trying to help if I could, but I don't want to do it incorrectly. Let's see. I got that one. And I got that one. And that goes like that. That's one.
Cool. And you did
this one.
Okay.
This is the one with the treasure chest that needs to go with this one.
Do that right? No.
There we go. Wow.
It's not too bad. It's just there's got to be a space in order to move around in there. You get a blindfold.
Oh, goody.
I think I made a mess on your table. Sorry. All of these guys go on the purple.
Ah, I see a magnet.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Is that good?
Looks good. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, gentlemen. Yeah, it'll come off.
I'm sorry.
No big deal.
I want it to look good.
Now it looks new with all the cardboard guts. We are all set. Let's hit all the proper buttons. Commence buttons. Rolling, rolling, rolling. This is Queen Games and Spooky Castle in 3. Hello and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview 2016. I'm Eric Summerer here with Nikki from Queen Games. And this looks fascinating. This is Spooky Castle.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
It's another one of our children's games.
Okay.
And I personally like promoting children's games because, hey guys, you got kids. Don't you want them to get interested in gaming?
I do.
Pay attention to these kids' games.
Okay. What are we doing?
There's my little thing. We've got a spooky castle. We have a lovely blindfold.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can get you to put that on.
I'm going to wear that
not.
at some point, I think, yeah.
It is a timed game.
Okay.
So there are several ways you can make this easier based on your kids.
Right, okay.
You know, how much time you put on the timer for them to be able to collect these beautiful treasures around. How many treasures they have to collect in the allotted time is also a way you can work how easy or how tough. There are these beautiful little ghosts in the purple.
And these are metal discs.
Yes. We've got a magnet on the end of a little magic
stick?
wand. I don't know. Woo, it's
okay.
fun. You have exits that you need to get your treasures out of. And these exits, if you are unfortunate enough to collect a ghost, will slowly close on you. And that is what all of these little pieces are for.
Okay.
So at best, you can have 3 times to drag a ghost out before the exit closes.
Okay.
Again, another way to scale the game. You can make it 2 or 1 or none.
Okay.
It's up to you. The way this is going to work is the lucky player gets to put on the blindfold.
Yeah, that's my cue apparently. Okay. I'm sort of looking to see where I want to go here.
I will guide you.
Ghost Eric. Okay.
There you go.
So I got the magic wand, and
You do?
end. This is the end. I'm pointing at things,
Then
right?
we're going to reveal what we need to get you to find.
Okay.
I am going to guide you.
Oh, this is cooperative.
Using right, left, hot, cold.
Okay.
Whatever works for you and your
All right.
family. You are going to start right here at an entrance,
Okay.
and we know what we're going for.
Is that the yellow entrance that's closest to me?
Yellow entrance closest to you.
Okay.
And let's just try this really quick.
Sure.
First, I need to find where one of these things is. Okay. So I want you to move forward. My left, well, you got it. Okay. Keep the wand down on the board. And drag it right back to the right, left.
To left.
Sorry. And now you're out the exit.
All right.
Now you have a whole entire second one you got to collect.
Okay.
So you collect both off of the card, and then you're done. These go back onto the board for the next player. This goes in front as we have accomplished this one goal of collecting these treasures. While you're passing the mask, while you're revealing the next treasure, while you're passing the wand, the timer is still running. There's no pause.
Okay.
And this is all collective, and you want to get through all of the treasures together.
And you can set the amount of time that you have based on how difficult you want the game to be.
Exactly.
All right. When can we get our hands on Spooky Castle?
This is 2 to 3 weeks, and it should be at Amazon and brick and mortars, and anybody that asks for it for their game stores.
Excellent. Nikki, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. Oh, you had people taking pictures of you.
Oh.
Gun.
I don't know what she's talking about. I don't take pictures.
This is why I do this. It's the notoriety. It's the fame, really, of the ghost mask. Oh, and these will stay together.
Yeah, they'll work.
Lost one behind you.
Go.
All right, time for some mighty monsters.
This is simple compared to the 3D kids stuff going on.
Are we making this into a puzzle?
Yeah. It's based on number of players, so you can maybe keep one out so I can point that out. All right.
Okay, gentlemen, we ready? Guys?
I thought they wanted this to
I know. What?
snappy.
Everybody went away. They're rolling there. Hey, Matt. Don't we need the back camera for sync as well?
I can do two.
Okay.
Can't do everything.
This is Queen Games and Mighty Monsters in 3. Hello and welcome back to the Origin Summer Preview. I'm Eric Summerer here with Nikki from Queen Games, and we have some mighty monsters to deal with.
Yes, we do. In this game, you are actually going to be playing the monsters.
Oh, okay.
And you are trying to get through the King's Guards to get treasure.
Great.
So this is for 2 to 6 players. These are your monster types you can select from, or color, however you want to work it. But mostly, the purple's going to be skull guys. This is going to be bugs, dragons, trolls, fish monsters,
Nice.
which is pretty awesome.
Okay. And mechanically, are they the same, or do they have differing powers?
They are, well, there's no powers, but there are strengths on them, and they can do different healings and different strengths.
Okay.
Okay. What you're going to do in this game is lay out, based on number of players, these tiles.
Yep.
This one's taken out because it's for 5 to 6. So this whole board comes apart and scales.
So this would
for
be a
number of
4-player
players.
game.
Exactly. And then these tiles also scale to number of players, so you get a ton of them. But in most 3 or 4-player games, you're going to just get 5.
Okay.
That is your counter for the rounds of play, moving up towards the king. if you want to play a more complicated version of this game, the back side gives you some rule breakers. But I'm not going to get into all the rule breakers. We're just going to go
So
vanilla.
simple game, you're simply collecting. I have a treasure, but more complicated game. I now have the ability to do something.
This, that, and the other thing. So we set those up at the end of the track, and we put the guards at the gates of the castle, and then we just already broke the game. Lay them out face down.
So we don't know what we're facing.
We don't
at
know
each
what
stage.
you're facing. And let's see, oh wow. You lay them out, lowest stars at the front, higher stars at the back.
And it looks like we've been given a range of how strong these things are.
Yeah, I'm going to switch this out for a 1, just so you can get a variety.
Great.
The range of strength on the sword is this guy could be 3 tough all the way up to 6 tough. The treasure you can get for this guy might be 3 coins, might be 6 coins. And we just go up the track that way. So clearly the 3 stars is going to be a little more of a difficult
So how do we combat these defenders?
You are going to combat them with your cards. You're going to have a hand of 3. The other 2 just stay off to the side. And I am, going to place my monsters on the treasures I want to try to acquire. So I'm going to just put that down there. And you can put it on either side of the track.
So I could play this guy here.
Exactly. And then I could, for some reason, decide that I don't want you there. Let's see, this is a toughness of 7. So this is still open for me to kick you off the track as long as I have a higher toughness card. So I'm going to kick you off of here because I really want this treasure. Boom. I have to pay from my personal 2 coins for kicking you off the track. But for some reason, I really want this. Once you hit the high number, 7 or 6 or 9 in the toughness. Amongst both sides collectively, this is then locked, and you cannot kick your anybody's guys off the track. You can kick your own guy off the track. Let's say you go over here and you put something else down, and or I want to go higher than that with my own card, I would do that. I don't have the correct card for that, but that's how that works.
So I'm here. We played 2 rounds, and so we play all 3 of our cards.
You're going to play all 3 of your cards.
So let's say I did that as well.
And the other players will play their cards. So by the end, your track is going to be full of various monsters on both sides. And then we start the reveal. We flip over the first one. We didn't put a card over there, but I'm just going to put something over there. And he is a toughness of 3. Our combined power is 3, 4, 5. We managed to beat this guy up. So, highest card, strength, is going to get 2 of the gold, and this guy's going to get 1. So it's evenly divided. But starting with high. Card.
So we actually would trade off. I get 1, they get 1, I get 1. It's just I get 1 more.
You're going to end up with more. And that's how you go down the track. As soon as we do not have the collected strength like this.
No, you win that one.
We got it. That's a 4. I was reading the 2. I might have to fake this.
Well, here we're going to lose because it's 1 and 1 up against a 6.
Fantastic. What happens when that happens is this guy has defeated us. He has stopped the march of the monsters at the track. We have to pay our healing costs to get the card back. Funnily enough, we both have 0s down, so we don't have to pay anything. Here's the kicker. These guys are now defeated no matter what. From here, anything from the can't stop up the track is done, is forfeit.
So
I have
gets
to
rewards.
pay my 2 healing to get my card back, regardless of if we were able to, these 2 monsters were able to conquer that card. So that's an interesting little trick to play on the people you're playing with. And you can stop them from collecting maybe some high.
And then who gets the reward at the end of the path?
Well, your gold is coming out as you reveal these cards. And take the treasure from them.
So you'll be taking them from here. Excellent.
And then when you get up to the top and the round's done, you just take one of those off, just a way to keep track of what round you're on.
Okay. All right. So when can we get Mighty Monsters?
Mighty Monsters is available now.
Okay.
Again, I would say it will be at Amazon. Should
and
be
your
there
friendly
now.
local retailers?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching.
Hey, 0 seconds. How far behind was it?
I don't know.
Have a good day.
Where it is, all that good stuff.
Right.
You guys are still running the Kickstarter?
Yeah, through the 20th.
Oh,
so,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is going out live too, so people out there who are watching
Streaming,
can go check it out right now. If they
Exactly.
Want.
Yep. We're
Let's
ready.
see,
when you are,
we're
CB.
here. All the mics are good.
Test, test, test.
All right, here we
Okay.
go. So I'm going to Slade first, clap, and say the name just so we can find our audio later.
Okay.
This is Elevenses for 1 and 6s from Eagle Griffin. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview 2016. I am here with Ralph, and we are taking a look at some games from Eagle Griffin Games, and we're showing 2 games off here at once, and there's a very specific reason for that, right,
That's
Ralph?
because they're on Kickstarter right now.
All right.
Through July 20th. So you have plenty of opportunity to go take a look at them in much greater detail than I'll do here today.
Yeah.
And let's take a look inside the boxes. First
Yeah,
of all,
let's pick one.
These are both in our egg series, and guess what? It's number 6 and number 11. So it kind of fits with their titles, okay?
I
So-
see. You're just being cheeky there. Got
Yes,
it.
I am. So 6s is very familiar. It's a word game, very similar to Scattergories and things like that.
Okay.
This is also the first game our CEO, Rick Seward, has a co-design credit in this one. He spent a lot of time picking out the words. So just very quickly, I'll just put 3 types out here. So if you see on the score pad, you're going to play 6 rounds, and there's going to be match rounds, unique rounds, and lightning rounds. In the match rounds, you're going to pick a card, and everybody now will write down 6 things to do with Canadian provinces.
Okay.
And then you're going to go around the table. After a minute, after everybody's finished, you're going to go around the table. And for every match that you got around the table, just they got the word good, I get a point, and they get a point, and so on. Any that nobody matches, you get no points. Well, guess what unique is? Unique, we're all going to look at circus things, and we have to name circus things, or 6 things, and we don't want to match anybody. So lion and ringmaster might not be good choices, or would they? You know, you got to play the mind game.
There you go.
It's a lot of fun because silly things come up. Lightning round, you've got 6 things, you match 6 things. And
so it's 1-to-1 for the lightning round.
1-to-1 for the lightning round. Now, if you get all 6 points, you get a bonus point.
Okay.
So a perfect score would be 7 times 6.
That's 42.
2, yes.
2, yeah.
Okay,
right.
that would be a perfect score. And you can play 3, 4, 5, 6, as many as you fit around the table, because really, you just need a piece of paper.
That's it.
That's
right.
it.
Game's real quick, it sounds like.
Right, and now you've got the whole game, so that one is just so simple to do. I'll just throw that out of the way.
Neat party
here.
game. All right, cool. And what do we got
Elevenses
here?
for One. Now this is very special. Elevenses for One is a single-player game only, solitaire game for our solitaire. We have a lot of solitaire fans out there.
Yeah.
It also includes a bonus, Sid Saxon's Bowling Solitaire. So there's 2 solitaire games in one in here. So what's this all about? It's tea time, and the missus wants her tea. So you have a clock with a timer, and you have a deck of cards that goes from 1 through 11. You start with the tea trolley, and you have to set everything up on the tea trolley in order. But of course the cards are shuffled, so you don't know what order they're going to come up in. So as you play cards, they'll tell you how much time they take, and so you're ticking down to 11.
Gotcha.
And you're trying to get them in order, and there's special powers on the cards that allow you to
Let you manipulate them, move them around, try to get them in order, right?
Right, okay? So that's it. Bowling Solitaire, you have these nice cards, these nice happy bowling pins, and with the rules, I'm going to show you the setup because it's easier to set it up quickly. So,
like
you're going to have your bowling pin set up right there, and then you're going to have stacks of cards over here, and you're going to use those numbers to eliminate pins. So that's the strategy in the puzzle, is as you're picking those cards, figuring out the best way to get rid of all the pins.
So you're looking for totals to eliminate pins?
Right.
Is the idea?
Right.
Okay, very cool. And it comes with its own scoring board there. It looks exactly
just like bowling.
It's just like bowling, yeah.
And it explains how to do bowling scoring. So nice and easy. So that's that.
Very cool. So 2 simple solitaire games in this one, and then a light party game in that one for as big a group as you want to. 6s and 11Cs for 1. Kickstarter now.
Correct.
And projected for when?
This will deliver almost immediately after the Kickstarter.
Okay.
We have some here for sale at Origin, so if you're watching this live, come on down and give it a shot. And thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for having
Thank you, man.
Yeah. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you soon. All right, cool.
Which one would you like next?
Let's go with Morocco next. Now Morocco is from our friends Matt Riddle and Ben Pinchback.
Yeah. They've been busy lately.
They have been, and good. And I'll put these at the back.
All right, very cool. All right, so let me know when you guys are ready. What's that?
You want to start with it closed and open it up?
Oh yeah, why don't we crack it open right now? Actually, if you want to set some stuff up.
That's a good idea. I wasn't thinking. I went into a duh.
No, you're good. Is this the insert that comes with this game?
Yes.
Wow, that's very cool.
So that's part of the feature is to mention that. So let's put those in this order, and then there we go. And I'll just set up a few things really quick. If you can find 5 different color cubes, we're going to need that 3 times. Let's see, orange, brown, black. What color am I missing? Green. Okay. So those go out here. Orange, brown, black, purple, green. Those will go there. And the others are going to go
orange, brown, black, purple,
I got a
green.
Okay, perfect. And then I'll just have a few out here to dicker with. So those are going to go around the circle.
You just go randomly out there?
No. They go around the circle
okay,
here.
Okay.
And then
there you go.
We'll need some of these player markers, and we'll need some juice markers. Yeah, this would have been a mess trying to do this.
Yeah, get a little bit of setup, and then anything else we still need, we can pull out.
And
cool.
Let's get one of those. Let's get. Oh, we got one of those.
I better order something.
Oh, here we go. All right, magenta and blue we'll go with. Magenta and blue. And then there's another size. Oh, here's the juice markers. Oh, these are the coins. That's the coins.
Okay.
And here we go. We got some bullies. All right. Okay. Bully, and that's a bully, and I need. That's the map guy. That's that. So those are the different kinds of markers. So I'll just put those all there.
All right. That's good.
And we'll put a couple of these on the board. And I need a few of the juice markers. And we're done. Where did they go? Here. That's enough. But I probably should get my glasses out so I can see.
You can take the mic back off if you need to.
I'm just seeing if I left my glasses somewhere else. But yeah, I'll do that. There.
There you go. We are.
Let's get
almost
that out
there.
of the way.
Yeah, let me keep the lid there. We'll do that. And let's put that mic pack back in your pocket. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do it. Please press record on that camera. Okay, here we go. This is Morocco from Eagle Griffin Games. Go ahead, Sam. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview 2016. I'm here with Ralph. How you doing, Ralph?
Good, Z. Nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well. And we are taking a look at Morocco from Eagle Griffin Games. Very attractive looking game. What is going on here?
All right, Morocco is set in Marrakesh, Morocco, at the very famous market they have there.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're trying to do is get the most victory points, as most games. And you're going to
I've noticed that's a trend. Yeah, strange.
And you're going to do that by setting up your own stalls in the marketplace.
Gotcha.
Now, when you first arrive, the board will be set up without any of these on them, and there will be 4 juice sellers around each of the market stalls.
Okay.
Now, what you're going to be doing, the object of the game, is to put these stalls down, and you're going to do that by placing meeples in the stalls, in the area. As soon as there's 4 meeples of whoever's color in there, then you'll be able to put a marker of your color, let's say it was green, in there, okay? Now, as you place the people, you get to buy up the juice seller that is there, orange juice, and those are victory points for you. So, selecting that square might be better because I'm going to get 4 points, but let's say the 4 points was up here. That might be better because the 2 points down here might be better because it will let me join up to another stall.
Oh, I see, I see.
So there's reasons which one you take, but usually the points is best. So once you get 4 in there, now to help you do that, you have some bullies, and they're the single placement 2, and they will count as 2. So I've already got 3 points in there.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's different results if I'm in first place or second place and third place, and if we tie. So we get bonuses from that, which help us later on. Okay. So in order to place a guy, though, I've got to have cubes. You have 5 types of cubes, and you'll notice the arrangement of cubes here. In order to place a guy, if I want to place it here, I'm going to need the intersection of orange and green, I'm going to need to expend an orange and green cube.
Gotcha. That's how you send them out there.
That's how I send them out there. And if I want to buy a special guy like the tourist or the visitor, then I will need to spend any other extra cubes. It'll cost 3.
Okay.
So it's important to get cubes. So how do you get cubes? Well, that's what you do first. You have this guy in this marketplace, and in turn order, we'll go around. This is up to 4. I will place this marker in one of these stalls. That means when I place the marker, I get the 2 adjacent colors, so I get those 2 cubes, and every other player will get 1 of the purple cubes.
Ah, interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Then the next player chooses. He can't choose that spot, but if he goes over there, he gets brown and green, and everybody else gets orange.
So that is, you have to move when you're up
Yes,
to do that?
right.
You don't necessarily have to slide. You can go anywhere, just not stay where you are.
Not stay where you are, exactly.
Okay.
And then once everybody has done that twice, now you've got to store 5 cubes. And so that will let you place at least 2 guys.
Gotcha.
So that goes round by round until you reach the victory conditions. I think it's a certain number of simply, depending on the number of players, the number of empty spaces left will trigger the end of the game. Now, there's also money in the game that you can use also to swap cubes. So, for example, you can swap only on a line. It's like, I really need this purple in this line, so I can do that. Or I could also swap one over here. You can do that as many times as you need to. Which also you can do that to block other people.
Gotcha,
so there's a lot of
so
strategy
you
here.
You can set yourself up or hurt
Right.
somebody by doing that.
Right.
Okay.
Now, when you place these, if it's a total tie, a blank one's going to go in there. Nobody gets points for it.
Okay.
Well, what you're really trying to do is build up a network of your same color, because that is bonus scoring, pyramid scoring for those at
big
the
store.
end of the game.
A big
So if you have a
store.
big long chain, it's good. If you only
There
have
you
a 1 or a 2, you take your best one.
Okay.
So the visitors are nice because after they've been one place, then they'll go another place and then come off. One of these lets you place 1 cube, 1 in one stall and 1 in an adjacent stall, and then the bully counts as 2. So there's a lot of variety in the placement and getting to that 4 total and getting there first.
Gotcha. And I see there's a beautiful big die here. What's that for?
I'm going to recall that's for setting up the circle, and I'm blanking on it right now, to be honest.
It's a beautiful looking die.
Yeah,
It's really
but
nice.
it's used for the cubes and the
Okay.
placement and selection of cubes. So.
Very cool, very cool. So it sounds like a Euro game, but there could be a little meanness in there if you switch a cube with someone who was planning on dropping a guy somewhere. You're like, nope, no, you don't. You don't have that.
It's competition for space, area control, and what's nice is you can concatenate moves in a certain way too because of the movement of some of the special visitors. This was kickstarted and will be out in mid to late July, maybe August latest.
Okay,
so
very cool.
You never know what happens with the containers, but it is on its way.
And that is Morocco.
By our friends Matt Riddle and Ben Pinchback.
Yes, and they've been very busy lately, so check this one out. Eagle Griffin Games, Morocco. Thank you very much for coming by. And thank you, folks, for tuning in and watching. We'll see you real soon.
Good. So, we didn't talk about this thing, but that's all right. Just throw this stuff in.
The cool insert,
Yeah, but we're known for that, so I'm not going to sweat it. No, let's go back.
DC, just curious, did you put your belt pack in your pocket?
No.
Okay.
Why?
It
right here.
was having some cutout issues. Oh, just right at the end.
How are we doing on time?
No, we're good. We're fine. I don't have a schedule in front of me, but I assume we're okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir. This game is beautiful. Alf Siegert.
Oh, yeah. I like his stuff. Wow. That is a good looking board.
Let me get those out of the shot. Lay flat. This will go on. Where are you, Rob? There he is. Okay.
You want me to put out some some stuff here for you?
Yeah.
You got it. Some
Get out
obelisks.
some standees, and I'll do the cards in the meantime. And get a few of those out, and a few of those out. Oh, that's what I forgot to do, the standees. All right, Thoth.
There you go. I think that should do it.
Here. And then that's the other gods, which are random. The Ankh goes on there. These are the animal magic. Player aids. Batteries, omnibus.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
These are pyramid cards. So, how far over does this go?
I can adjust.
Okay, so we're going to put one of each of these out. Put it that way. And then this will be the deck. Then we'll have one of those. We'll have one of those. And we'll have one of those. We'll just leave those lying down so you can see them. Then we got those go with that. Those come over here. These are additional pyramid pieces, which I'll talk about. Those are cards. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. Cats and dogs got mixed up. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if I will. I have to agree with the millions of other people on YouTube. I hated the first trailer.
Yeah, it sets up like that. Okay. Right, these will be seated on the board. That starts on the board. All right. That should do it.
Got it? Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And I'll wait till you get the other one. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Heir to the Pharaoh Eagle Griffin Games. Welcome back, everybody, to Columbus, Ohio for our Origin Summer Preview 2016. I'm sitting here with Ralph.
And I'm sitting here with Z.
He is indeed, and he is from Eagle Griffin Game. And we are taking a look at beautiful Heir to the Pharaoh, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a two-player only game.
It is a two-player only game.
It's like cats versus dogs.
It is. And this is by Alf Siegert, who did Fantastica and other games. So what we have here is the Pharaoh is really upset with his children, and he doesn't want to leave the throne to either of them. So he's left it up to Anubis and Bast, the cat and god dog, to the dog god.
That's a tricky one. Yeah,
to prove themselves so they can take over the heir of the Pharaoh.
Okay.
So what you have is you both have a set of cards. So I might be the cat, you might be the dog.
I'll take the dogs.
Okay, and you'll notice that we have exactly the same deck of beautiful cards, 1 through 10. However, my one is a moon, your one is a sun, and vice versa, vice versa.
Gotcha.
Because what's going to happen is we're going to bid for the favor of all the different gods here, one by one. And as we do that, we're going to use one of our cards.
Okay.
So we reveal, and then whoever has the higher total will take the card. If it's tied, the one who has the sun would take the card.
I see. Got it.
So that's why that works.
Tiebreaker.
Now, after we've done all that, at the end of the round, all the cards I played will go into your deck, and all the cards you played will go into my deck. So for the next round, if I bid low and gave you low cards, I'm going to have more power next round.
Of course.
So that goes back and forth. It's a really nice mechanic.
Interesting.
Now, on the board, what we're trying to do is we're trying to set up a couple of things. The players together choose where the base pyramid will start. Then they will also put down animal magic tokens. There's more of them. I just put a few there.
Okay.
And then during the game, we'll have gods that will let us place a pyramid piece, either for the cat or for the dog.
Okay.
And the majority of that will score a lot of points at the end. If it's tied, the last one that played on the top would win.
I see.
But it's the majority is what's going to be the bonus. Now, you're also going to be taking pyramid cards here, and there's 3 types, and you'll notice that they're 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point pyramids, and they get placed on the board here. But in order to do that, first you have to have one of the gods will allow you to take that, and another god will allow you to place them. You'll place it, but then another one when you place it, you can get the animal magic, which I'll explain in a second, but then another god lets you place the pointers, and those pointings are what are going to give you victory points at the end. So for every pyramid or for other monument that you point at orthogonally will give you victory points at the end of the game. So
you're trying to make like long distance chains,
right,
then.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting.
And the animal magic token lets you draw, and we each have an identical animal magic deck, except mine are themed for cats and yours are themed for dogs. And that will give you bonuses and let you do special things and let you mess with the bidding and all of that. So there's a lot of options and a lot of interplay and a lot of cutthroat play with this between 2 players trying to become heir to the Pharaoh.
Interesting. What's the end game trigger of the game?
The end game trigger is we have a score track. One of the things you can do is you can place tokens on here. That's one of the gods, and those give you immediate victory points, and then the longest chain at the end will give you a lot of bonus victory points.
Okay.
There's even one that'll let you place 2 tokens at once. And so when this goes around, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds.
Got it. So once it's back, game's over, and we see who got the most points.
Right. Yeah, it starts here with Ra. And the Ankh token gives you a bonus on the first god that's in there. These are going to be randomized each time. And you go through the 6 gods, then you will play the 6 gods, and then you do the Thoth card, which is the reset up and the switching of cards.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha.
So everything tracks very nicely. You don't have to keep track of the turns. It's done automatically.
Very nice.
So,
a very attractive game. When is this available?
This will be coming in. It kickstarted earlier this year, and it will be in mid to late July, August if the container gods are not good.
The gods will it, so, huh?
Yes.
That is Heir to the Pharaoh, everybody. Check it out. Thank you very much. Good talking to you, Ralph.
Personal favorite of my fiance's and mine, so.
Yeah, it's a very, very nice looking game. Thanks, folks, for tuning in. We'll see you real soon.
Thank you. Nice.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
Whoop. We just throw all the.
All right, let me put these things back in here.
Yeah.
You guys are not selling these here at all?
No, we don't have them yet.
You don't have any?
This is just an advanced.
And this is a final production copy?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's, wow. Real nice cards.
Yeah.
The look is great. Yeah, I'm excited to try this out.
Yeah, it's a really nice game, and it's close. It's close every time, but there's just the little things that you do that will give you the little push.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. I saved the one I know the least for last, but oh well. I played it, but it's been a year.
Ralph, we are doing one more.
Yep. How much time we have?
We're running a little late, but we'll squeeze it in.
Yeah. I'll do this one really fast.
Okay.
Do you want to leave it in there?
No, let's
crack something out. Just throw a map out there at least or something.
Yeah. Put the map.
Oh, it's a big old map. Yeah, there you go.
The rules are very short though, so I'm not going to go into a lot of details. So we got Eagle Griffin money with Rick Seward's face on it. But really, these are the turn order cards. And then these are the stock cards.
I'll just put these out and just leave them in there.
Yeah, I'll just put a few of them out here. That's enough. There's other stocks. And then these are the railroad boards, and they have matching sets that go on them, and we'll just say there's more of them. That'll help keep that down.
You got that guy.
Start player marker.
Okay. There you have it.
Ready?
Yep.
Continental Divide.
And this was a Winsome game. It's previously published under Winsome Games.
Yeah. Okay, let me know when you're ready. Thank you. This is Continental Divide, Eagle Griffin Games. Hello everybody and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview 2016. We are taking a look at Continental Divide from Eagle Griffin Games, and Ralph is going to be telling us a little bit about it. Ralph, do your thing.
All right,
what are we
thanks,
looking
at? Okay, this was a game we recently kickstarted. It was previously a winsome game. If you know, those railroad games are very highly regarded. And so we did a very nice reprint of this. And it's basically very short rules. And you are starting in the mid-country and trying to build a route across the Continental Divide, hence the name, over to these cities over here. You're going to have railroad companies, and each has a different number of tokens available.
Okay.
So some can make it to a couple of different places, some don't make it as far. So there's a little variance there. But when you own the majority of the shares, then you are going to be the one that builds for that railroad, and you only have a certain number of cubes to build with and certain ways that you can build. And of course there's cost associated with. So there's an income and there's a cost associated with each hex.
Printed right there in each hex.
Printed right there in each hex. And of course there's bonuses for getting across each zone, and of course bonuses for getting across the Continental Divide, so that helps increase your thing. The turn order is variable, so you'll start with a turn order and then it'll vary each time, so you know which round you're in based on the red number, and then you'll get a new number for the next round.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not really going to go into much more detail than that. There's, I believe, 8 different railroad companies, and there are, you see there's little triple areas over there for the start, and you can start in any one of those 3 areas. You can build straight lines, you can chain, but you have to start a new turn in order to chain off of it. So you can continue building off of one, but you have to go to another turn to chain off. But it's pretty much, if you know the railroad games, you probably understand a lot of it. The stock prices are charted and fluctuate based on various factors in the game as you've crossed over borders and things like that.
Yeah, this is a classic style money management, stock manipulation kind of game.
Nice summary.
Railroad game. There you go. It says in the box here 3 to 6 players, couple of hours to play. Okay, that's Continental Divide. When is this available?
This will be available mid-July to August, depending on the container.
Okay, sounds good.
Right.
Good talking to you, man.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you.
See you next time. All right.
That was quick and dirty.
Yeah, good. The people who, well, the good thing about this kind of game is the people who like games,
they know.
They know it.
Yeah. Thanks, Ralph. Thank you, Eric.
All right, good stuff. Yeah, the eye catcher for me was definitely that Heir to the Pharaoh. I'll say that.
I will pretty much guarantee you'll enjoy it, especially if you like 2-player games.
I do. I'm a big 2-player fan.
Yeah. Then.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. You're like, what?
No, I was just like, what? Okay, got it. Thank you.
Oh, did you see do you recognize the face on that bill? Rick Seward with a mustache.
Does he know he's on this? Because that'd be funnier.
Yes, he knows. He put it on there.
Switched. Hello to the internets. Where are you going?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-interview everyone when I get home on Monday, Tuesday. Maybe add anything new since then?
So Matt, just in case it's just me and you when they're ready, if you take care of the front cameras, I'll do this camera and the audio. So. I'm sure
Eric
someone
just
will.
went to the restroom. He'll be back.
I'm just saying, if
That's
they're
right.
ready,
Eric
I want
Summer
to go.
went to the restroom. Internet. He is human.
Yeah. But if they're ready, I want to go. We got to make up for that time that Bonagor chewed up. We love you, Steve.
The man, the myth, the legend. I know the board game geek loved this game.
Right?
It's Bink Inc. is the name of the studio, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant. So you pronounce them almost together. Bink Inc.
Bink Inc., yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
The game pieces, I suddenly have an urge for peanut butter M&Ms.
Yeah?
If you didn't have to keep them and score them at the end, that would be great. If you could just collect them and consume them, that'd be awesome. It's a variant.
You guys ready?
We are
ready
pretty
as
much
ever.
ready. I'm gonna slate at the beginning, so we can track our audio later.
We're rolling.
Can you reset the? Can we reset the timer, please? Yeah, we should be done
Gotcha.
at like 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Okay. This is Trekking the National Parks, Bink Inc. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview 2016. I'm sitting here with Charlie, who is the designer of Trekking the National Parks. And it's your company as well, Bink Inc.
Yep, that's correct.
And you're going to be telling us a little bit about the game, so do your thing. Go right into it.
Yeah, my family is huge in the national parks. My dad's been visiting all of them, taking photos, and so we decided, why not make a game that celebrates the parks?
There you go.
And so we made a family game about it. The way it works is very simple. You're trying to get the most points, and there's two ways to do that. One way is by trying to claim different park cards. You have to see which ones are available at the top of the map, travel to that location, and then turn in the cards that have the icons on them there. If you can do that, you get to claim the card for that point value.
Mm-hmm.
The other way is, as you're moving around, you're going to be collecting these stones. Whenever you land on a place that still has a stone left on it, you get to keep it, put it into your score pile, and then at the end of the game, certain awards are going to be given out. There's basically an award given for each of the different types of stones. So if you get the most black stones, 5 points, most green stones, 5 points, etc. And what's interesting about that is you have to have the most. So if there's a tie, nobody gets it. So it keeps it real competitive. You're always sort of watching your opponents, trying to see like who's collecting what, and
Yeah, right. You
get
gotta
majorities if you can.
You got to be careful, and sometimes it makes you kind of want to go out of your way just to
Absolutely.
get that stone, so you lock it down. Okay,
Exactly.
very cool, very cool.
So the way you do all that is you're going to have a hand of cards you have to manage. These are the Trek cards, and on these cards there's two values. There's the icon and there's the number. Now they're actually not related. This doesn't mean to fire. This means you can use this card for a fire icon, which you could use to claim a park if you visit it.
Right.
Or you can use the number for movement. So just as a quick example, if I was trying to get to Badlands, I would have to spend 3 to get there. And you can do that however you want, or you can use whatever card you want, but it always has to be exact. You can't overspend in order to move. So I could spend a 3, and that would get me to Badlands. and that would be also how I collect the stone.
Right.
You can also spend multiple cards at once, so I could spend, 2 of these together, and that would move me 6 all in one movement. On your turn, you always get 2 actions, and you can use them however you want. This is how you can replenish your hand by drawing new cards as an action.
Okay.
You can also move more than once. You can move twice by using 2 move actions. Take a stone, take a stone.
Gotcha.
And one of the actions is also claiming the parks.
Got it. And there's a face-up display for when you are replenishing your hand. There's some face-up ones.
Absolutely. This is sort of a draft pile that you can choose from. You can pick any of these cards or one off the top. And then everything, whether it's these cards or the park cards, they replenish at the end of the round.
Okay.
So you can't always know what's going to come next until it's the next person's turn.
Gotcha. What's the end game trigger?
End game trigger, so either every stone's going to come off the board. If that happens, the final round of the game will trigger.
Okay.
Or when the last card in the park card stack flips. This will depend on the number of players, but when the last one flips, that triggers the last round of the game. And then once that completes, everyone just tallies up their score. You just take all the bonuses you've gotten, all the park cards that you've collected, and you just count them up, and whoever has the most points is the winner.
Very cool. It's a neat, breezy game. It's got some simple scoring going on, a little bit of blocking, a little bit of opportunistic timing going on.
Absolutely.
Very cool. When is this available?
It's actually available right now.
Okay.
We sell it on our website, trektheparks.com. You can get it there. You can also maybe find a copy on Amazon. But right now we're not in retail. You have to find us on our website.
Okay, Bink Inc. is the company.
Yep.
Trekking the National Parks is the game. This is Charlie. I'm Z Garcia. We'll see you soon. Awesome.
Sweet. That went well.
Yeah, man. Nice and easy.
Alrighty.
All right, I'll put this back in here. It's an eye-catching game too. It looks good on the table, so I think people just.
We've had a lot of people say that.
Just taking a look at it, they'll go, "Hey, cool."
And there's a trade-off for these stones because on one hand they break, so we end up having to do replacements. But on the other hand, man, they catch people's eyes.
Sure,
So it's kind of worth it. Yeah, your review did a lot for us. I got to tell you, thank you so much for that.
Man, you're welcome.
We're really fortunate that you stumbled upon it.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
You've already got ideas from current events for an expansion, corporate sponsorship.
A corporate sponsorship. Well, we do want to do kind of a series like Trekking the Blank. We're considering
cool.
Trekking the Four Corners, Trekking the Alaskan Wilds.
Yeah, that's neat. It's a good idea. But yeah, no, I liked it very much. I'm looking forward to what you've got coming up next. So definitely, when you get it out, send me a copy so I can check it out and hopefully do a review of it.
Absolutely. This on top. This on top.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right. This one will be quick and easy.
Alrighty.
I've noticed that my clientele, it's actually kind of less gamery. They're more like family games, or even sometimes non-gamers altogether.
Right.
So I'm trying to make.
My girlfriend's not much of a gamer, but she loves that one.
Oh yeah.
She's a huge outdoorsy person.
That's great.
And so she, I taught it to her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, let's do that again."
It was totally serendipitous. I mean, I tried to get my dad into games, and he just half the time it's like, "Dad, try Dominion." He's like, "I don't understand what's going on."
Sure.
I tried Ticket to Ride with him, and he said, "This is amazing. I love this." And I said, the new gamer wave is starting to set in a little bit. And then he was actually the one that said, because he's a huge national park buff, he's the one that took all the pictures. He's the one that said, you should make a game similar to Ticket to Ride that is about the national parks. And I was like, genius. It's a genius idea. So that's kind of how it all came about, And then since then, I've sort of realized, making games that appeal to a crowd that isn't necessarily used to games,
Sure.
that you can kind of introduce them into this world.
Yeah, it's good. Is this final production?
No, this is just Print and Play Productions. They did a prototype.
This is really nice print and play.
Yeah, they have
this
really
is like linen finish. Print
yeah,
and
they
play.
have really nice linen.
Who did you get that made from?
Ad Magic Print and Play Productions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're a great company. They helped us do trekking when we first did that as well.
Yeah, the cards look great. I mean, this looks real solid. Looks finished.
Thank you. Sorry, let me just pull out a blue. Yeah, that's a good blue. Alrighty.
Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
It's called Top Dog.
This one's called Pups.
Pups.
Yeah, Top Dog's already taken.
It is taken. That's an Alan Moon game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think. or an forget now who that's from. Okay, so Pups. Got
Pups.
it. Thank you. We're good over there. Thanks. Here we go. This is Pups Binking. That's going, yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Origin Summer Preview 2016. I'm sitting here with Charlie from Bink Inc. And we're taking a look at, this is still a prototype, but we're taking a look at Pups, a game about puppies. What is going on?
Well, it's a classic trick-taking game, and it's all sort of in the world of a dog show.
Okay.
Basically, every round, you're going to get a new pack of 7 pups. In this game, there are 5 different suits. There's the lap dogs, there's the guard dogs, there's the family dogs, and there's the working dogs. And then there's a special 5th suit that are called the mutts. Now,
oh, the 4 mutts.
Exactly. So, of these suits, the cards go up to 9. So 1 to 9, 1 of each.
Okay.
And then the mutts are a little special. They just go +1, +2, and +3. Now, they do count as a regular suit, but what's special about these cards is you can play them with other cards to bolster it up, so a 4 can become a 6.
Gotcha.
Sort of adds a little extra element to the game. You can go over people's heads. In classic trick-taking form, basically what's going to happen is people are going to get their hands of 7 cards, and then they're going to have to make a bid. How many tricks do they think they're going to be able to collect?
Okay.
In our game, it's limited. You can only go from 0 to 3. And what's also kind of unique about it is when you're placing your bid, you have to pick a card, but you can pick either side of the card. You can pick the at least side, which has its value. So if you're able to win your tricks, you get the treats. If you fail, you have to take the poos.
Oh.
Or you can take an exactly side. The exactly side is for the more advanced trick-taking person. They can say, I'm very confident in what I'm able to pull off here, and that doubles the score if you're able to pull it off.
Gotcha.
So every game or every turn you get your 7 cards, and then an alpha is always picked. This can be considered the trump card, and that makes that suit the most powerful of the round.
Okay.
Basically, someone in classic tricking form, you play a card of a suit. Everyone has to follow it if they can.
If they have that type
if they
of
have
card,
that type. If they can't, then they can play any card. And this is how alphas can come in and sweep up even if they have a lower number.
Right.
But usually the highest of that suit will win the trick. So basically, you play through the game through 7 rounds. At the end of each round, whoever has the most tricks will get a top dog award. Your bids will go into your score pile, whether you make them or lose them, and your top dogs. This keeps track of your score, makes it real easy to look across the table, see where people are at with their scores.
Gotcha.
No pen and paper needed. I always hated that when you played like Trump or classic.
Yeah, the classic trick-taking game,
I hate pen and
Real
paper.
high scores, right, so this is nice and clean and easy.
Keeps it easy so you can see who's winning and who becomes the leader for the next rounds. And what's also very forgiving about the game is if you do ever lose points, you're always allowed to rebid something, basically scrape the poo off your shoe and try it again. Usually goes 7 rounds once the top dogs run out. And for a longer game, you can make it so that, or I should say, it'll go 7 rounds. If no one gets a top dog, it gets burnt, and then when the 7 cards run out, the game ends.
Okay.
Or for a longer game, you can go only give a card if someone wins it.
Not burn them, right?
Yeah. That for some people, they like a little bit longer trick-taking game.
Sure.
But if any of the piles run out, the 1s, the 2s, or the 3s, that'll also trigger the end of the game.
Now let me ask you, is this final artwork for the game?
This is final artwork, yeah. Not final production, but my good buddy did all the art in the game. He's got a really unique style.
Very cool, yeah. When is this expected to come out?
We are doing the Kickstarter for this in July.
Okay.
I don't have an exact date. If you just go to pupscardgame.com, stay up to date. You can even join our newsletter, and we'll tell you about it when it comes out.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for showing it to us. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and thank you, folks, for tuning in. See you real soon.
Cool.
All right, very cool. Yeah, this looks neat.
Thank you.
Nice and classic. It's just clean, classic.
I do a lot of
game.
Since I did art before I did games, I do a lot of art shows.
Oh, okay.
And I noticed that clientele liked trekking, and so I tested this kind of a game out there, and they just loved it. It was the right kind of weight. It was the right kind of game. They like that they like that like grandparents would know what to expect with a game like this, and so it pulls them in with a few little new elements.
Yeah, and the
to it.
plus whatever cards is enough of a twist to make people go, oh, okay, but not thrown for a loop.
Not thrown for a loop. It's not gonna it's not gonna overload them. So, Z, thank you so much. Would it be possible to maybe get a picture with you really quick? Let me.
Let me take that mic off of you.
Oh
first.
yes. Smart.
All right. We presently. Oh, maybe we do have somebody on deck.
I thought they were just starting. I didn't realize they were extended.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So can the internet hear me? I don't know. Is this one the mic that's on right now? It's not important. Is this hot? Ooh. Cool. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Always nice to see you.
Is this the live stream in action?
Yes, it is. This camera right here is, yep, the live stream. Looks like we're...
Anybody interesting in the audience? No. I'm sorry.
No.
It doesn't say who they are. It doesn't list, does it?
Oh, now there must be a delay because that was 30 seconds ago of me asking, is this mic on? Internet can hear me. Hey, Kabuki Kid! I recognize, yeah, she's great. She's everywhere.
Every YouTube video.
My ears. Doing a special Origins metagame today, Chaz. Oh, good question.
There's not enough room in this convention for 2 TMGs. No?
There can be only one.
I realize, Chaz, you can just say.
Oh, well, they asked it in the chat.
Oh, well, they can hear you.
That's true. Is there a delay?
For the audio, yes, they're on like a 15-second delay.
Okay.
So.
So you're telling me TMG is the Highlander of board games? Oh. Yeah. Were you referring to the metagame?
Yes.
So
that's what I was referring to. Yes.
Yeah.
The conflicts, right?
So it's a live streaming show I do, and what I do is I have the chat running, and in order to have, and I have people, I do.
TMG.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about. Yes.
Okay. Oh, so you're already familiar with it. Oh, yeah. So every single.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah.
See.
Every single time it comes up. Is TMG mad at you about using that hashtag?
Does TMG know you're doing it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw over to set now.
Okay.
I'm waiting for that.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just like that.
Is this good? All right, cool. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a clap.
Sure.
Then logistical intro for editing and that type of thing, and then the actual action.
You got it.
Here we go. This is Retreat to Darkmoor with Action Phase Games. Hey folks, welcome back to our summer preview from Origins 2016 in Columbus, Ohio. You're watching the Dice Tower. I'm Sam Healy, and I'm here with Nick from Action Phase Games, and he's going to show us Retreat to Darkmoor. So thanks for joining us, Nick.
Thanks for having me.
Show us what this is all about, buddy.
So in this game, everybody's going to play a Dark Lord who has decided to raid the big castle of the land. So we've accumulated our forces and we're going at him.
Yeah.
What we didn't realize is there was like a union meeting of all the legendary heroes in the land at the castle. So now we've decided that we need to retreat.
Okay.
But as in any retreat, it's every man for himself.
Yes.
So at the start of the game, you're going to lay out some locations. These are the locations of Darkmoor that you're going to try to retreat your forces to.
Okay.
You're also going to set up a stack of legendary heroes that are kind of going to be chasing us away.
All right.
And then everybody's going to draw 5 cards from their own deck.
Okay.
Our decks are identical. Now, of course, you're going to draw a different set of cards than I am, so we are going to be playing on a different level. But we're all going to have cards that represent our minions. The minions all have a threat value, and they all have a point value and also an ability.
Okay, cool.
So on your turn, you're just going to play one of these guys, and you're going to play him to the front of a location, or if the front space isn't available, you're going to play him right behind him.
Okay.
So we're going to be making a line, basically like a queued up space, in order to try and get out to this location.
All right.
So you'll play your guy somewhere, and if there's an ability on the location, you'll trigger it, or if there's an ability on the guy, you'll trigger it.
Okay.
And that's where the crux of the game falls, is all the guys have different abilities, and you're playing them, and you're trying to maximize your actions
That's
there,
cool.
that way.
All right.
So we're going to line up guys in this row, playing cards, and eventually you're going to get to enough peril here that this legendary hero is going to attack.
Okay.
Exactly, and the legendary heroes have an ability too. Sometimes they'll attack a specific type of guy, or they'll make these guys worth more points, or etc.
Okay.
But in general, the rules of the game will say that they're going to defeat the last monster in the row.
Okay.
They'll attack just the one location. So if you and I had played guys here and here, she would only attack this location.
The one that breaks first.
Exactly.
Okay.
And she would defeat the last guy in the row. And this happens at the end of your turn.
Okay.
So if you defeated one of my guys, you would get 2 victory points.
Okay.
Then there are some abilities that trigger on when the legendary hero attacks.
Okay.
If none of those happen, these guys just get to retreat. They flee off to the location.
Okay. And then you get victory points that are listed on them?
Exactly. At the end of the game, you're going to score victory points based on all your guys that made it off.
Okay.
And also, whoever has the most peril at a location will score the location.
Most peril, which is this one right here.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. It's the same thing that triggers the attack.
Yeah.
So once she's attacked, you discard her, and on the next turn,
Another
you
one
draw
flips.
another one. Exactly.
Okay.
And you just play until they've all been gone through.
That's cool.
And at the
Very
end of your
cool.
turn, you just draw back up to 5, so you're just going to keep playing. So it's very tactical. You're trying to not be the last guy in the row, and you're just trying to manipulate it.
I would imagine, I don't know, some of these can like slip in between. They don't always have to be the last one.
Exactly. There's one guy that'll slip in between. There's one guy that'll put one. You pick a guy, and the Griffin actually here. You pick a guy, move them to the back, and put the Griffin where he was.
Okay.
The cackling witch here will basically lure somebody over to behind her so that you can get attacked here.
That's cool.
So yeah, there's lots of different abilities. The mummy's actually not susceptible to any of the abilities. He's just kind of, free from that.
What's the range of peril on the different cards? Is it 1 to 3?
It goes up to 3. 3 is the most.
Three is the
There's
most.
only
Okay.
a couple of 3s. The Minotaur, and then there's a dragon that is
Very
a
cool.
3
So
also.
how many players does this support?
It plays 2 to 4.
2 to 4? And
Yeah.
about how long does
It plays
the
in
game
about
take?
half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah.
All right. So what's your price point on it?
It's $20. It's part of our small box line of games,
Yeah.
which had Ninja Camp and Kodama and Scoundrel Society. And so it all fits in the same size
Very
box.
cool. So
In the same
$20.
row, they're all $20.
All right, cool. And when is this going to be available?
It's going to be available in August. We'll have a few copies at Gen Con, and we'll be
Sweet.
delivering the Kickstarter around August. It should be in stores into
Okay.
August, being in September.
All right. So this seems like it would have a little bit of an expansionary aspect to it with different armies and that kind of thing. Is that?
We had a little expansion for the Kickstarter
Yeah.
that you could get that added 3 or 4 units to each person's deck, and then also to the more heroes and more locations.
Is that just going to be exclusive, or will that be made available afterwards?
You should be able to get it through our website or our us at conventions,
Cool.
basically.
So it's going to be able to be purchased. All right.
Or we might put it in the BGG store. I don't know.
That's cool. Yeah, awesome.
It'll be available.
All right, well, thanks so much, Nick.
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
That's Retreat to Darkmoor from Action Phase Games. See you on the flip side, folks. All right, very good. This seems really cool.
It is. It's a lot of fun. Have you played any of the other small box ones, Kodama or Ninja Camp or Scoundrel Society?
I have not.
I feel like you would like Scoundrel Society.
I have not. I might.
Would you be willing to scoot over here for an experiment?
Hey everybody, Chaz Marler. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaz Marler.
And a nobody.
2 in 1. Oh, look at that. Here we go. I'm not even. Okay, it's on, it's on. Doo-doo-doo. Hello. Quad. There we go. No, I'm making it down. All right. All right. Hey, so one of the things that we're doing at Origins is live streaming, of course. So we always have the YouTube chat here. See that? Got the laptop there with our live stream being controlled and our chat going. Below some of the things that you don't see behind the scenes are the people running the computers and doing the live stream cameras and stuff. So I'm here with Matt, who actually is a Dice Tower alumni.
Tom stores me in a box in the back of his game room and periodically pulls me out for conventions.
There you go. And so, there are air holes cut in the box, but you never see you're always behind the scenes. I saw Matt at Dice Tower and Gen Con. always behind the scenes. So, in the few minutes that we have here, I wanted to see if the chat has any questions for Matt from life behind the scenes of the Dice Tower. You've known Tom for 20 plus years?
22 years.
22 years?
I was best man in his wedding.
Yes. So you're not just some schlub that we met off in the hall. No.
I'm a schlub he's known for a long time.
A distinguished schlub.
A distinguished schlub, yes.
Schlub elite. So, if the chat had any questions for someone that kind of has this behind-the-scenes perspective, I wanted to find out. And the reason I'm looking at this camera instead of, oh, I guess you can't see me anyway because we're not pointed. You could just hear me. But so never mind. You can't tell where I'm looking.
You might get a chance in a few minutes because I think we have someone who is. That must be him. Never mind.
Yeah,
our next one will be here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to the comments and see what people are saying here. Kate Lyle says that they can hear us.
Jump into set shortly, Chaz. Just
okay.
So you know.
Yeah.
Be thinking about your question.
Blog to see what happens after we cut away.
It's like lightning round of some questions. We have one here. So Matt, tell us: is Tom larger than life?
Yes. He's always been very. He is almost always the extroverted one in the group. He is all.
You just stacked the deck.
I sorted. I mean, I made it go the right direction.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit.
Yeah, all right.
Didn't go the whole way. I just set it so there are different art showing.
All right, you set?
Yep, we're ready to go.
All right. We're ready to go. Alrighty.
You back that box off just a little bit towards you.
Good. All right. This is Dreamwell from Action Phase Games. Hey folks, welcome back to our 2016 Origin Summer Preview. That you're watching the Dice Tower. I'm Sam and I'm back here with Nick from Action Phase Games. He's going to show us Dreamwell. So go ahead and take it away, Nick. Show us what this is all about.
So Dreamwell is an abstract game that we set in the world of this really well-known artist, Tara McPherson. She does all these really pretty colors that you don't normally see together or you don't normally see in games.
Right.
And she brought this really beautiful aesthetic to this game. And we kind of had connections with her and we decided, you know, how about we work with her to design a game?
Good.
And this was kind of what we came up with, this idea that your friends are kind of lost in this dream world, and you gotta figure out how to find them in order to save them.
Okay,
so
that's cool.
So all the cards are friend cards, and they're all communicating with you through dreams. So your friends are the cards here in the middle, and just like when you get any dream, it's like all jumbled up and weird. It's like she's telling you, I see a skull flower and this little black ghost whose name is Umebuzo, and I'm in this and I'm in this like green foresty place. So you have you're represented by these little familiar guys, these little balloons called Mr. Wiggles, and that's one of Tara's characters.
That's cool, yeah.
And you've got to control them through the Dreamwell in order to satisfy these three conditions. Well, you only have two guys, so in order to get three conditions, one of them is going to have to get two of the conditions at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So you start outside of the Dreamwell, and you can move on to the board on any edge space, any edge tile.
Okay.
So here, we need an Umebuzo and a green background, so we're just going to jump on here.
All right.
So each turn you're going to get 3 actions. One of them is movement, which we just did. Another one is you can rotate a tile. So when you're on the grid, you can only move off via the doors.
Cool. And
So
they have to have doors that match?
No, you can move off of
Okay.
any door, but if you manage to get doors that match, like I was here,
Yeah.
you can move again for free.
Oh, okay. That's
So
cool.
if you can make it so that you can chain movement, you can ramp around the board really quickly.
Yeah.
But in order to, to fulfill these conditions, we'd have to get to the green forest and the Umebuzo, and then we'd also get to a skull flower. So we have 2 skull flowers, one here and one here. So we'll just jump on here. We just so happen to have a green forest twice. That's
Right.
not required.
Right.
So then as an action, for our third action, we can play the card.
Okay.
So when you play the card, it starts in your hand, and then you just play it out in front of you. And all the cards will give you 2 things. They'll give you scoring at the end of the game, and now there's a lot of different ways that they score. Some of them just score a flat amount, like these just have a number.
Like that right there, yeah.
Exactly. And then there are various forms of set collection in the game. So this one says you get 5 points if you have 3 of this icon, this wolf with this woman. There's a couple of guys, these two guys here, Ace and Ion. They have cards that'll score for each pair of those that you have.
Okay, that's cool.
This guy here, he gives you 1 point plus 1 point for every card you have with this space background.
Okay.
So there's a lot of overlapping set collection where you might get a guy that cares about another type of a guy, a friend that cares about a different type of friend.
Okay.
You'll also get an ability as soon as you play it. So you get to resolve these abilities immediately. Some of them don't happen immediately. Like this one, for example, says you've located the blue bunny, which just means the next card you play can be short a blue bunny.
Oh, that's cool.
And then when you play a card, like if you had taken this card, you play it so that it overlaps. So you no longer have that previous ability, but you can still see what your scoring is and the friends that you have scored.
Gotcha.
So the actions in the game are moving, rotating a tile, playing a card, and drawing a card. And then you can also put all these cards on the bottom to see 4 new cards.
As an action?
As an action.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You play until somebody gets 7 cards out.
Okay.
In which case the round finishes. There's a first player marker. The round finishes and whoever has the most points wins.
So you always have a hand of 2 cards?
You'll have a hand of 2 cards, but you can draw up to 4.
Up to 4. Okay.
Yeah, so you can take the draw as an action.
Very cool. So how many players does this one support?
It plays 2 to 4.
2 to 4.
Yeah.
All right. And is this out yet, or do we have to wait for it?
This will have a few. We'll have a few copies of Gen Con. The Kickstarter backer copies will be going out around the same time, and then the game will be out end of August, beginning of September.
Okay.
Something like that.
So Kickstarter and Gen Con, and then after that, stores.
Exactly.
Cool. Very cool. And what's your price point for this?
The price point will be $30.
$30?
Yep.
All right. That's pretty good.
There is one more thing I want to say.
Yeah, please.
If you're really into abstract games, and because some people see this and they're like, oh, this is too thinky, but there are some people that just love this kind of game. There is an advanced version of the game where, as another action, you can flip the tiles over. And on the back, there's a different creature in a different background.
Okay.
So you might be closer to completing your card than you think because you could just flip a tile over. Now, we did color code them, so if you look here, the edge is blue, so on the back is blue. And also we paired up the guys so that the blue bunny and the blue little hero are on the same tile. So you don't have to constantly grab the tiles and be flipping them over.
So you kind of know what's on the other side, basically, based on what's on
We
the
also
other.
have reference cards in case you don't get the color coding.
All right, that's cool. Yeah. So that's a little bit of that's another echelon almost.
Yeah, this one is really, really brain burnery.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so Inception in the Dreamwell.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks so much, Nick.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's Dreamwell from Action Phase Games. We'll see you guys on the flip side. All right, very cool. Well, here, you know how you want to pack it.
I got it.
Getting my grubbies in there.
Won't take me long.
Lucius, Orion, Callisto, Astra in orbit, Stella and Flux. Why is the unicorn through her chest?
I don't know. Am I still hot? I'm still hot. No. But she does, a lot of her art is like this. It's coming from this female perspective where like you see a lot of these girls with their hearts cut out, like Orion doesn't have a heart there, and that's a lot of her. Her art is great. I mean, it's gorgeous, and it's just something you never see.
Right.
But it definitely has its own unique style.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're all finished, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Little hero.
Chaz Marler, everybody.
And that's why I can't eat roast beef sandwiches anymore. Okay, hey, we're back with the live stream audio, which means that you're back with Chaz Marler, which means we're also waiting for the next person to get set up. So I think I'll take this opportunity to see if we can't do another lightning round of another question. So if you have another question, I'm still here with Matt. Hi. From the box, fresh from his box. I'm going to turn on my camera because I'm actually doing this for my vlog. Oh, by the way, I am the one who's on vlogging duty this time, so I'm trying to put this together as bits and pieces of the vlog. So if you want your question included in the official Dice Tower vlog, then go ahead and ask your question. And I'm going to start recording. That will also, and I'm going to turn on my mics. That will help. Professionalism. Hello, can you hear me yet, little microphone? All right. Hi, Matt. Kate says hi. Well, that was not really a question. That was just but it was an acknowledgement.
Yes, an acknowledgement.
We're making progress.
Yes.
All right.
I have words.
Oh, yes. Excellent question. Following up from your prison, how many air holes were cut in the box for you?
7.
7. Oh. Well, that is a really good ventilation system then. You know, that's like a nice quality box. You know, like you can't argue with that.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
It works.
Any carpeting in there?
No, unfortunately not.
Ooh, okay, so we got. Okay, so we do have our ups, we do have our downs with that. Let's see here.
Yes, I did go to college with Tom Vasil. It's a place none of you have probably ever heard of. It's a small college in Pensacola, Florida called Pensacola Christian College.
Oh, do you now, or have you in the past actually lived in Homestead?
I did not live in Homestead. I lived about 20 minutes away in Miami for about a year.
Ah, okay. But are you still in Florida then now?
No, I'm currently in Northeast Georgia.
Okay. Oh, so
Tom won't hire me.
Is that within driving distance at least, or is that like 4 hours away?
It's about, with Northeast Georgia to where he is in Homestead, it's about 10, 12-hour drive.
Because you can't go straight, you gotta go up and around the Panhandle. And I imagine...
No, I go straight down.
Oh, okay.
I hop on 85 to Atlanta, get on 75, take 75 down to the Ronald Reagan Turnpike, north of it in Orlando, and then just take the turnpike all the way down to Miami and Homestead.
There you go, okay. So, bear with me, I have an American public education, and so I'm not really sure on my geography, so where Georgia and Florida are.
Yeah. Well, now you need to play and review some geography games.
Problem solved.
There you go.
All about solutions. Was the box big enough to stand in?
No.
Oh, okay. It makes sense.
I had to fold up to fit inside.
Oh, man. So, is that in itself an entire process? Do you just crumple up, or do you actually go through a system?
It just takes a baseball bat and beats me into there. So,
That's efficient.
Yes.
I know Tom is about efficiency, so yes. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Can you give us a funny story about working with the Dice Tower?
Well, I'm never good on these spur-of-the-moment things like that.
We've noticed.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot, Jazz. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Oh, my goodness.
While you think about that, here's another question. When assisting the Dice Tower, what's your favorite things to do in the Dice Tower capacity?
I like helping out anyway. Tom tells me to do something, I'll do it. One of my jobs that I've kind of done the last few years at Origins, I come in, I set up the cameras. I get the tripods ready, get the cameras on, get them plugged in, ready for guys like Derek and others to get them ready for videotaping and stuff like that. If he needs me to lift something, I lift it. If he needs me to move something, I move it. If I have to talk to somebody, I'll talk to them. If he needs me to man the merchandise table, I will man the merchandise table. Didn't really have to do that this year.
So you're kind of a jack of all trades when it comes out. You kind of go where you're needed.
Yeah, I just go where I'm told.
Cool. All right, buy the new America. So that's a good suggestion. Oh, good. And the only problem with that, again, U.S. public education, I'd have to know how to spell America to be able to find it in stores. All right, we're going to throw back over to the Origins coverage. Thank you for the questions, and we'll see if we keep this going throughout the day. Talk to you again soon.
Custom dice as well, eh?
Oh yeah. Got 717 custom dice. I'm ready.
All right, very cool. Oh, let's get that out of the way.
Oh, thank you.
Move that guy too. What about these?
We'll want at least
Okay.
put the rest away.
All right. All right. So I'll hand those to you. You can
Thank you.
do with them as you will. Whoa. No, it's fine, really. It's okay.
Stupid gravity.
He didn't catch it. All right, ready? All right. This is London Dread from Grey Fox Games. Stop doing that. Stop making fun of my clap. Hey guys, thanks for joining us back again. We are doing continuing our Origins 2016 summer preview coverage in Columbus, Ohio. You're watching the Dice Tower. I'm Sam, and I'm here with Joshua from Grey Fox Games. Thanks for joining us.
Hey man, thanks for having me on.
Appreciate it. And you have a prototype here, it looks like, of London Dread. Show us what it is.
I will. This is our pre-production copy, so the game has actually been sent to the printer. We hope to have it in time for Gen Con.
Cool.
And London Dread is a Victorian-era cooperative horror game.
All right.
In the mean streets of London. And so it's meant to be this deeply thematic experience. The game comes with a series of scenarios, and every scenario is a story.
That's cool.
And so the players play 2 rounds generally for a story, 2 different chapters. They uncover a particular plot line, and their investigators basically try and discover and defeat a threat in the city of London. So every story has an antagonist. In this case, it's the Ritual, and this is actually the setup for the training scenario.
Okay.
And each of the players has a unique backstory. Some particular, we'll go ahead and stick some of these over here. Some particular event in their past has caused them to get involved in this story that they're trying to uncover. So as you play the game, there are two basic phases over the course of these 2 chapters. There's a planning stage where you plan your movements around the city, and then you have a story phase where you go through and execute the events and see how things went.
Okay.
And so the planning phase is a real-time phase in this game where players program their actions on one of these action clocks.
Okay.
So every player has a series of these action tokens that they're going to slot into these spaces over the course of the game, and it basically indicates where they're going. Location 5, location 2. If they want to change directions, they throw an arrow in there.
All right.
And so all of this is happening over a 12-minute period in real time where players are communicating and trying to solve a puzzle.
Okay.
So the puzzle at hand is revealed by these cards which are put out. During this phase, you also are going to be flipping these cards to discover what sort of threats are in the city. And whenever you find one of these plot cards, it gets filled in with one of these story events. So as you play through the stories, there are fixed events which always occur. And when your characters are sent to these events, they resolve them and see how well they took on this challenge.
Okay.
So during this countdown, this 12 minutes, we're communicating, we're programming, we're trying to get our characters to the same place, because you'll notice that on each of these cards, there are a series of icons. And these icons correspond to your character's attributes. So you have a bull that's representative of strength, and a dove that's representative of spirit, and so on.
Cool.
And so based on the particular threats, different skills are needed, right? If you want to take down the raging machine, you need guile and courage, and a little bit of tech wouldn't hurt either.
Okay.
So by bringing characters which match these attributes, you're raising your ability to take on the challenge, and each of them also has a difficulty level.
Okay.
So throughout the course of the game, as you send characters to resolve these events, they get to claim these events and take them off the board. They go into an investigation deck, because as you claim them, you find clues about your investigation, you build confidence, and this can come back to help you later in the game.
That's cool.
So as you defeat these things, they're going into a deck that's going to help you later. And then the plot points, when characters go to these events, they have an event. Flavor text on the back, a little bit of storyline, and these are executed slightly differently. You still want to be bringing the attributes you have, but these are key moments, right, in a story, right? These moments of climax, where your characters are tested. And so when your characters are tested, they're going to flip a card from what we call their personality deck, and these are unique to the characters. And based on their past experiences, they bring particular attributes. So here we have Maria, the nun. she's got a sixth sense. This allows her to bring a little bit of guile and a little bit of courage to this challenge. And if something matches, she's going to be able to bring more power to this event.
That's cool.
Right? In these cases, the power that your group brings equates to these action dice, which will be custom laser cut dice in the final.
Okay.
And when you take on this challenge, everybody combines the attributes they've brought to bring these dice to see how they resolve the challenge.
Cool.
Now, no matter how prepared you are, things could go poorly.
Could still go wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Or how underprepared you are, you could pull off a miracle. Right. And so when you roll these dice, you measure your successes, and based on those successes, you have varying results that bring you through the story and a little different plot point on the back.
That's cool.
So the stories have an arc. You follow them from A to B to C until you've completed the chapter, but the results can vary every round, so it's infinitely replayable.
That's very cool. Yep. So you mentioned that the game plays in 2 different chapters.
Yes.
And then each chapter has 3 parts in it, basically?
2 parts. A planning phase and a story phase.
Okay, so how long does that really take? How long does it play out? You said the first thing is 12 minutes and that's timed, right?
Yep, the 12-minute timed on the normal setting. You can ramp that down if you want a bigger challenge.
Make it harder, yeah.
Yep, it takes about 12 minutes to do the planning, and then it probably takes about 12 to 15 to do the story and execute and see how your planning paid off.
So really this is probably about an hour then?
Yeah, each chapter is about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we do have, at the end of each story, you have an end game scenario, right, where you face the antagonist.
Okay.
And so this mechanic actually works a little bit differently and allows me to highlight what the value is of building confidence and getting clues. So when you get to the end game, you face the antagonist, and you'll face 3 random challenges from a deck of 6. These challenges are executed somewhat like the cards you faced already, but you'll always bring your personality card. These are moments of high stress, high tension for your characters, and any
moments
of the cards,
to shine.
Yes, any of the cards that you've defeated and put in your investigation deck are going to be dealt out to the players in a final hand.
Okay.
So you can draw on the information you've built to defeat these challenges.
Cool.
Ultimately, what you're trying to do in this game is mitigate the level of dread, because each of these cards has an output of how terrifying or dangerous they are, which is tracked on here, and your dread track correlates directly to the strength of the antagonist at the end of the game. If you don't take out the threats, they're very difficult. If you take out a lot of them, you'll have an easier time defeating them in the final chapter.
Gotcha. So how many players does this play?
It's 2 to 4 players.
2 to 4, okay. And it's about an hour, we already said that?
Yeah, probably closer to 90 minutes with setup in the end game.
Yeah, okay. And then have you guys come up with a price point yet?
Yeah, we're looking at $60 MSRP for this game.
$60 MSRP, you're going to have a bunch of custom dice in it. All right, very cool. And when can we expect this to hit the market?
So we're looking to do a limited release at Gen Con.
Okay.
And then beyond that, the full retail release should be September of this year.
Very cool. All right, so that is London Dread from Grey Fox Games. We'll see you guys on the flip side. All right, very cool.
Sorry, did I go over my time? I wasn't even watching.
No, you're good. About it.
I think these guys have to set it up so they can go faster. Yeah. Help you set up.
Help me set up?
Yeah.
Okay, help me set up.
Chop, chop.
Chop, chop, pushy, pushy.
That guy's like a slave driver. How do you work for him?
Let me show you my back.
He lets you take the hair shirt off?
Yeah, exactly.
These things. How nice of him.
I got these in my hand. Yeah, this looks really cool.
Yeah, we're excited.
This is very cool.
The art style is fantastic. The artist is really cool, and the game is a lot of fun.
There you go.
Sam was very forgiving. I was like, did I go over my time? He said, it's okay. And then Tom came in and was like, get this guy out of here. Comes in with the shepherd's crook. They're dragging me off the stage.
I'm the nice guy.
You're the good cop.
Cool, thanks.
By the way, Tom got very mafia on me like about 2 minutes ago.
Tom got very mafia on you.
Yeah, he was like, you're not supposed to be here because you don't have a booth. But I'm doing this as a favor to you. Someday.
Make you an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah, because we want to. I really like to end at lunchtime, so if you guys never know. I think we're 2 weeks back at this moment. No, Catalyst doesn't show up, but it's not behind.
You gonna show up the new buildings too?
Yeah, I'm just going to throw everything out here and kind of zip through them. Those are identical. We can't have that.
Need the dice out?
Yeah, sure. Grab a couple of dice.
Tom sees London Red late and he goes, "Where's the dice game?" Yeah, Tom, I get it. You didn't like the London Dread when I showed it to you.
I did. That seems like a really cool game to me.
We changed it a lot. Like, and he was right. There were some problems with it, but it's been totally developed. So.
Well, I mean, just from Joshua's explanation,
yeah,
looks cool to me.
Yeah, I think it's going to do well. It's just,
oh man,
I don't know, it's unique. I don't like. There's no other game that I've played that quite like that.
Finds that storytelling arc.
Yeah, but also like the mechanics, the clock or whatever.
Yeah.
It's running around the board. Like
it's a little bit Space Alert. It's a little bit Arkham Horror. It's a little bit like I don't know. It's it put stuff together in a way that kind of blew us away when we saw it.
It's like crap. It's a prototype looking game. Is this Kickstarter?
We wish.
Actually, no, he doesn't.
These dice are huge.
Right, they're going to be smaller.
Why are this guy on anyway, and not you? I know. We all know the answer to that.
Anyway, exactly. You don't have to. We have to say it. You're going to force me to say it. I want to hear you say it. Well, I'm not going to say it.
All right, that's enough.
That's enough. All right, let's put that over there then.
If you want to hear, there's some pieces that I threw out over here and some pieces back here.
No, I don't want to show those pieces. They look bad.
Okay.
I do want to show these pieces.
Pull that up to the side a little bit so that we can have it. That's a little bit easier for him to frame it.
All right. The knees I will get out of the shot.
Take a couple of my sweet dice over here.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Break a leg.
Please don't.
Legs. We're ready. Well, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready.
You're always ready.
Rolling?
All set.
Rolling. Get that working. So white. Reset it. There we go. All right, here we go. Cancel. There you go. Let me do that again. This is Order of the Gilded Compass from Grey Fox Games. Hey folks, welcome back to our Origins 2016 Summer Preview. From Columbus, Ohio, I'm Sam, you're watching the Dice Tower. This is Josh from Grey Fox Games.
Howdy.
And he's going to show us Order of the Gilded Compass. So take it away, Josh.
All right, so this is Order of the Gilded Compass. It's a re-implementation of Alia Iacta Est, which is a dice placement game.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping that this will release in time for Gen Con. These are also sent to the printer. We're cutting it really close, so we've got a pre-production copy here.
All right, cool.
The game is a dice assignment game.
Okay.
And the premise is that every player is a treasure hunter, and each of us is trying to gather the most valuable loot in order to prove our skill at our trade and get invited into the Order of the Gilded Compass, the secret society of treasure hunters.
All right, so run us through a turn.
Sure, absolutely. Every player has 8 dice.
Okay.
And every turn you will roll whichever dice you have remaining.
Okay.
And then these dice are assigned to various locations, and locations specify the rules that you can put them in, right? The archives allow you to put them in sets, and The auction house lets you put them in runs and so on. Some
okay.
of them are single dice or pairs or whatever.
Okay.
So each of these locations has rules governing what goes there, and we'll go around the table taking turns assigning dice.
Okay.
So other players will then roll and they'll assign their stuff. Let me go ahead and pull these out. We'll keep assigning dice until one player has run out. Once
Okay.
one player has run out of dice, everybody gets a final turn, and then we resolve the building. So at the heart of this mechanic is something like an auction.
Okay.
Right? We're assigning our dice in a way that when the round ends, you want to have your dice in the best position, right?
All
2
right.
6s is better than 2 5s,
Right.
which is better than, for example, 1 6, and so on.
Yes.
So every building that's here will resolve in a way that gives you some sort of treasure or boon, right? If you go to the auction house, you're looking for specific artifacts for your personal collection.
Okay.
And if you go to the archives, you're trying to get old treasure maps and then
Yeah.
hunt stuff down. The university allows you to get specialists, excavators and cartographers that you can pair with your maps in order to make them more valuable.
Okay,
Right?
cool.
The treasure tower is this rickety old building with various treasures in it. The higher you get, the more valuable the treasure, but the more likely you also fall. Right?
All right, cool.
The Illuminati, you can recruit their help and they give you special abilities and so on.
Okay.
So the original version of Alea Act S had some core buildings, and we took this and re-implemented it. Not only did we put a new theme on it, we added some new buildings and some new mechanics to add some replayability.
Very cool.
So now the majority of the buildings are double-sided. So in one game you may play with the auction house, in one game you may play with the treasure hunters guild.
Cool.
The dice will be assigned in the same way, but they'll resolve somewhat differently. You'll gain
right.
secret missions that will give you goals to score hidden victory points at the end of the game. The reverse of these buildings also shows things like the hidden temple, where you go in and try and come out with some magical item that will make your specialists more effective, or the sunken galleon, which allows you to dive for sunken treasure.
This is production artwork, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Wow,
this is the
it's
final.
really
artwork.
nice.
Thank you. Yeah, we're pretty proud of it. We think it's really cool. So there's a ton of replayability in this game. You'll use 3 of the same buildings every time, and then the other ones will be variable. You can select them randomly. It can be based on your preference, and there's just a lot of different ways to string stuff together and get cool combos.
So
and
do you usually
build up
have
value.
6 buildings out? I mean, I'm seeing 6 buildings, right? 4 up here and then 2 down there?
Yep, we're actually using one extra. So the
Okay.
setup of the game is that these 3 buildings will be in every time.
Okay.
They're labeled as A buildings. B
Okay.
buildings, you choose one of the 2. and
right.
then we've got 4 of those C buildings, and you'll use one of those every game.
Cool.
Yep. So
All right, that's very cool.
we also have included a nice 2 and 3 player variant in the game that we re-implemented. At 2 or 3 players, it was often a little bit lackluster, not a lot of competition. So
Okay.
we've developed ways for this to function at a lower player count. It has a lot more interaction, gives you a lot more options, and so it's been testing really well.
All right, so you were saying that you're shooting for Gen Con, but maybe not?
Yeah, I mean, we're really close to having it here, and we intend to have them air shipped in. So we expect to have some limited amount of copies for sale at Gen Con, and
Okay.
then the rest behind them for retail released in September.
And you said 2 to 4 players, right?
2 to 5.
2 to 5 players, okay.
Yep.
And what's your price point on this one?
This game is going to be $40.
$40.
Yeah, MSRP
All right.
is $39.99. Comes with a ton of cool dice.
Yeah.
All these 11 punch boards. It's a big, heavy game with lots of cool bits to play with.
That's very cool. All right, that's awesome. That is the Order of the Gilded Compass from Gray Fox Games. See you on the flip side, folks. All right, thanks so much, Joshua.
Thanks, man.
I think so, yes. So you want me to come on over?
Yeah, you're a serial killer now.
Why? Oh, cool, yeah.
All right, everybody, in the interest of time, we are going to start using our B set configuration where we've got the one table, we have a game set up on the second table. So I apologize that this angle is probably not going to be as optimal as the other table, but this will help us keep on schedule.
you're going to be talking this way more often.
Okay, like this, okay?
That should be good.
Okay.
That should be good. I think it'll be all right. Derek, is that all right? Talk a little bit.
Hello, this is Jim. Everything good?
Okay,
all
good.
right.
Are you ready?
Oh, you bet.
Okay.
Born ready, raised to stay that way.
Got it? Got it? All right, I'm going to give it a little bit of a clap and then some logistical stuff, and then
Sure.
I'll actually give the introduction. All right, this is Aries Games and last Friday. Hey folks, welcome back to our Origins 2016 summer preview coverage from Columbus, Ohio. Thanks for joining us back. I'm Sam Healy with the Dice Tower, and I'm here with Jim from Aries Games, and he's going to show us a nice friendly little game called Last Friday.
All right, Last Friday is an asymmetrical game, meaning that one person plays a maniac at Camp Apache who has, for whatever reason, attached himself to this summer camp. All the other players,
yes. Okay, good.
The other players all play camp counselors who have typical teens who have been brought to prepare Camp Apache for the coming summer, and the game is played in a series of phases, and so you tell the story of a maniac brought back from the dead, terrorizing summer counselors.
That sounds familiar.
All right, so you will see a lot of great themes in this game. If you've ever seen any of the classic 70s and 80s horror movies, then you're going to fit right in with this. You're going to know how things work.
Exactly.
The maniac plays all of his turns behind the screen. He uses hidden movement, so the campers are never really sure where the maniac is.
All right.
At the start of the game, every player will pick one of three characters. So for example, if you're the yellow player, you'll pick either Ned, Daphne, or Kelly.
Yeah.
All right? Now, you need three players because the first player you pick, the first counselor, may not make it through. So for example, if you start the game with Daphne, you would set the other two counselors aside just in case they're necessary, all right?
All right.
All players do the same things. You start at the entrance to the summer camp. Now, the owners of the camp have set two senior counselors who have arrived a little bit earlier, and they've set a scavenger hunt to get you to kind of learn the camp. So they've said, come into the camp and go find the keys to your cabins, and then have a nice, meet and greet down by the lake. Little do they know, the two senior counselors have been killed by the maniac, and it's about to turn into a horror fest.
Okay.
So, how the way the game works is the players take their turns. Players move on the small dots, so they start here at the camp, and they get to move twice. So 1, 2. Okay. So as the campers move out, they're moving in different directions. They're going where, and if they can't move all the way, they stop. Okay. So the counselors move here. The maniac, using hidden movement, is either going to start at one of the blood-soaked spots on the camp.
The last place he made a mess.
Exactly. He secretly writes down where he's moving on a turn sheet back here.
Right.
And so the campers are never really sure where he's at initially. So let's say he started here on 196.
Okay.
As he moves from numbered square to numbered square. So you'll notice that the white squares are where the campers move, the numbered squares are where the maniac moves.
Right.
When they jump over one another, crisis occurs.
That's
okay.
Bad things, man. Bad
exactly.
things. Yes.
So it just depends on, as I said, it's played in a couple of phases. Each phase is a maximum of 15 turns.
Okay.
In phase 1, or in the first part of the story, kind of the beginning of the movie, if you will, the players are all moving and they're trying to go to the scavenger hunt locations on the camp, and they're trying to find their camper keys.
Okay.
Okay, so like this one will open the blue camper cabin.
Okay.
Okay. But they'll also find different kind of clues.
Somebody left their shoes.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Oh, hey.
There's one of the senior counselors. Now the real panic sets in. So as the maniac is moving and the campers are trying to find their keys and discovering these bodies, now they're scattering throughout the camp. So as they're moving through, finding things, as they collect a token, for example, they collect a key, they put it on the key spots to show that the key's been acquired.
Okay.
And now they can move over here to the red tent. I'm sorry, that's the brown one. They can move to, that is red tent, and they can
try to open up the tent. Red's over there. There we go. All right.
Cool.
So they move to the red tent.
Oh, okay.
Or the red cabin.
That's cool.
And get safely in the red cabin. Whew, they've survived the first part. If not, then what happens if let's say the maniac moves from 137 to 138 and goes across it? Oh, we've got a dead body here. Okay. And
so
the
you gotta
red
bring in one of your backups.
Exactly. So in the next round, you've got to bring one of your other guys because your initial character was killed by the maniac.
Okay. Now, does the backup start here again, or is
exactly? And that's one of the dynamic tensions of the game is that you start from where you entered the previous scenario. So let's say the red camper got here and the brown camper, they both sheltered in there. The other campers ended up getting killed. At the start of round 2, when you start back on phase 1, they get to start from their last location.
Where they were last.
So they're actually easier to get to some of these other locations.
Gotcha. Okay.
As I said, the game's played in 4 phases. First, the maniac is hunting the campers. Then dawn approaches. The campers go and try to hunt the maniac, hopefully killing him.
All right.
In phase 3, the maniac comes back from the dead to terrorize the camper, and in the final round, one of the campers is ordained as the predestined who is going to kill the maniac, hopefully put him down for his final rest.
Okay.
So you have, it sounds like a lot of turns. The turns play really, really quickly. People are engaged.
How long does this game take about?
You can play with like this, a 6-player game, hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No.
Especially for a 6-player game, that's not bad.
Exactly.
All right, very cool. So what is your launch date, hopefully, for this?
We should have it around around August 15th.
Okay.
Give or take a week.
Give or take a week. What's your price point going to be, roundabouts?
Yeah,
not real sure yet?
Not real sure yet.
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. All right, so around August 15th, thereabouts. This has been last Friday from Aries Games. Thanks so much, Jim. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Thanks, guys.
All right, very good. All right, how do you have a specific way to want these back in?
Nope, just drop them in
Drop
there.
them in, okay.
Yep, it's all good. Was that okay? Did that work out all right?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. We went a few seconds over, but it's no worries. It was good. Oops.
Oops, sorry.
I got it. All right, you got another one? You got 2 more, right?
Yep. One sec, we'll do, and I'm sorry, I always forget on this, so we want to go lower or higher. Higher than the previous, so you want to keep getting lower. So 9, 5, 6, 9. I'll cheat with that first one. There we go.
Artwork looks good. All right, I think we're ready.
Yeah, I'll get these if you want to be done.
Ah. Over there. Aries Games, Behind the Throne. Hey everybody, welcome back to our Origins 2016 Summer Preview Series. This is the Dice Tower, and my name is Sam. I'm here with Jim from Aries Games, and he's going to show us Behind the Throne. So take it away, Jim.
Thank you. Behind the Throne is a push your luck style of game where people are trying to control the people who control the throne. So players, it's a game of political intrigue. It's a push your luck type of game where you're trying to accumulate influence and use that influence then to determine what the king does.
Okay.
The way the game played, very simple deck of cards. Everybody plays from the same common deck. When it's your turn, you simply flip over a card.
All right.
Okay. Looking at the number right here of the card, you can flip up to 5 cards during your turn.
Okay.
If the card you flip is lower number than the previous card, you're good.
Good.
Now
All right.
you can look at this and you can decide, well, cards go from 1 to 9. Is this a good number? Do I want to keep pushing my luck? Oh, okay. So now I'm getting down the middle. I'm still okay.
Okay.
All right.
Still good?
Still good. So in this case, I flipped 4 cards. I get to keep all 4 cards, and I now have influence on these 4 different characters.
Okay.
Okay. Goes to the next player. Next player flips their cards and go 5. Ooh, okay. I'll
right.
push my luck. 4.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm feeling really brave. Woohoo!
Wow, this is incredibly lucky.
Exactly, right? So you go there, and now.
Oh, I should have kept going.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the dynamic tension of the game. In this case, one's the lowest. Now, what's going to happen over the course of time is as you play cards, you're going to collect multiple influence.
Yeah.
Okay? So as you gather more cards, you're going to actually gain, and this represents the influence you have on this different characters. Then in future rounds, when you play a game, okay, which obviously you go, oh, wait a second, that's a problem because it's so much. Right. So now you can use the influence you have to manipulate cards so that you get to keep playing.
So that's what these little icons down here are.
Exactly. They do different things.
All right.
So the goal of the game again is to gather as much influence as you can and continue to be able to play. So let's say again, I continue to gather influence. Okay. In this case, I'm starting to get quite a bit of influence.
Right.
Even though you have 5.
Right.
Okay. I have some. You have some. So now let's say your turn. You pick that 7. You go, you know what? I'm going to stop.
Okay.
I'm going to do a swap. I'm going to give you this 7 and I'm going to take your 5.
All right.
Okay. So now in this case, that's a legitimate tactic to go, well, look, now you were controlling the judge, but now I control the judge. So as you play through the card, you're not simply flipping and trying to you're looking at what the cards can do. You're looking how your influence is laid out.
Cool.
Okay.
So you can only get this special ability if you have the most.
The most, right?
Gotcha.
Exactly. So since we both have, I think at one point if we both had 1-4,
right?
Well, both of us tied. Neither one of us can.
Neither one of us can actually
exactly.
Use it. That's cool.
Okay. Now, if for example, let's say I get 6 of one, so I have 6 of these 6s. I've outed him. He's got, the king knows that he's
rung
working
his
for
bell one
exactly
too many times. Gotcha.
Right. You got to discard him. So now suddenly you're become the other whoever had the second most 6 become.
Okay.
At the end of the
That's
game,
cool.
you score points for how many cards you have still in effect. So very simple game. It's almost a trick-taking game.
Is it 1 point per card or?
It's the amount of, so the 9s are worth a different amount than the 1s.
Gotcha. Okay. 9s are more valuable.
There you go.
Gotcha. All right. Very cool. So what's your production date on this?
This should be out almost any time. We hope to have it in the next 30 to 35 days.
Okay, so definitely available at Gen Con then?
Yes.
And probably maybe even before that?
Hopefully so.
Okay, very good. Knock on wood. Always. All right, that's very cool. What's your price point on it? Again,
I'm not sure.
That's fine. No worries, no worries. All right, that's Behind the Throne from Aries Games. Available almost at any time, definitely by Gen Con. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you on the flip side.
Thank you.
I will not ask that again.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a volunteer.
Okay.
So sometimes I get, and I would say I'm a closely held volunteer. So sometimes I get great information, and other times, and pricing's one of them.
Yeah.
That I just don't get that information until everybody else does.
Understood.
Okay.
Yeah, no box for you. Yo, you stay away from the box. Dungeon time. Chop, chop, pushy, pushy.
Oh, wait, sorry, one. Let me do this real quick. And I'm gonna. Oh, god dang it! This one's throwing me off.
Okay.
Because these are treasures. All right. Pot's right. All right.
So these are all hand cards?
Yep. You have items and missions in there.
All right. So missions are the forest, I would imagine, right?
Yep, so the missions are the forest cards, and they have the two parts, and then the items to complete the missions are on the other part.
That's cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just set these up out here, if that's all right.
Yep.
So that they can see. Let's see, these are missions.
Here we go, swap that one with you.
Okay.
So you can kind of see some of the different cards.
ones.
Yeah, we got a key. I'll swap that one. There we go.
Will you be referencing these? Do I need to have these in the camera? On camera?
Ultimately, yes.
Okay. Are they okay if I put them here?
Yep, we'll do. Yeah, that'll be good. We'll set them if that's okay. They don't have to see the whole thing if that's okay.
All right.
Sword and shield.
Are you guys ready?
1 second. Let me grab a card in here just so I can for sword and shield, map and pestle, pestle and map. Okay. Oh, there's a map. Okay, that's fine.
Chaz, can you give me the box? I'm always worried this is tipping forward. Thank you. Actually, that should be good. Is that right setup? That is right setup. All right. Make sure you hit the start button. You missed it on the last one.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. All right, ready to go? This is Dungeon Time from Ares Games. Hey folks, welcome back to our 2016 Origins Summer Preview. This is the Dice Tower, and this is Sam Healy. You're watching the Dice Tower, and I'm going to do that again. I am not the Dice Tower.
But I could be.
Yes, right? Okay, here we go. All right. This is Dungeon Time from Ares Games. Hey folks, welcome back to the Origins 2016 Summer Preview. You're watching the Dice Tower. I'm Sam, and this is Jim from Ares Games. He's going to show us Dungeon Time. So take it away, Jim. What do we got here?
Dungeon Time is a card game that represents a group of adventurers exploring a dungeon.
Okay.
The way the game is played is each player has a deck of hands that mix items along with missions that you complete to complete the phases of the dungeon.
Okay.
So the way the game is played is with a timer. There are no turns, there are no anything other than complete the missions as quickly as you can.
Okay, so how does that work?
So we turn the timer upside down and we say, all right, each of us have a certain number of missions. You're playing your hand open right there. I have missions as well. And what would typically happen is you would call out, I need shields and swords to complete this mission.
Okay.
Shields and swords. While at the same time, I'm saying I need maps and coins. Okay? So you have a map here, you have a coin here, so you would play those out of your hand and I would play the mission on top.
Okay.
In the meantime, then since you played 2 cards, you would draw 2 new ones.
Okay.
Okay, and I would draw 1 new one.
All
so
right.
we continue to play cards. We continue to try to complete missions. You've got a sword and a shield there. I go, okay, there's a shield, there's a sword, so then you can complete that mission.
Okay.
Then I draw cards, then
I'll
you draw cards,
one.
and you're continuing to do that to complete missions.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm going to drop some cards here just to show how things work.
Okay.
Okay. And we run out of time. So you've got a certain amount of time to complete the missions.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when the round is over, you've either gone through the deck and completed all the mission cards have been played, or you run out of time. You check your backpack to see what have we done, and you play those cards one at a time. So you say, okay, I got a map, I got a here. Okay, now I've played this up here. I need a map and a bag of coins to complete the mission. I do. Okay, I set those aside. And for treasure, I get keys. So now I add keys to my treasure stack. Okay. This gets completed. Now I keep laying cards out and I go, okay, I needed a map and, I'm sorry, okay. I got a shield, I got a sword, shield and sword, okay, got that. Get rid of these. And then I drew I got a book out of the treasure pile. Okay. So as you keep playing cards and you keep trying to create, to finish missions, okay, a couple of things happen. Look at this one right here. I needed a grappling hook and coins. I don't have that.
Right.
I don't complete the mission and I have to discard something. Okay. That may make things harder. Okay, got some more keys. I got a bow. I got a map and herbs. I got herbs.
Missing a map, so don't do that one either.
So anyway, so as you play through that, the object is to complete 8 missions. If you complete 8 missions, in this case, you get through the scary forest. Okay. If you don't complete 8 missions, you fail, and you have to go through the forest again. Okay. There's 2 other ways that can thwart you. One is if you ever have 4 of any one item, your backpack bursts. Or if you ever have 9 items at one time, so that you have too many things in your backpack bursts.
So what happens when your backpack bursts?
Backpack bursts, you lose the round, and then you replay the round. Now in a full game, what would happen is that first you'd go through the forest, and then if you completed the forest, you would take out 6 forest cards and put in 6 graveyard cards.
Okay, cool.
Graveyard cards are a little harder. You don't need 2 items, you need 3.
Okay.
You complete round 2, you take out the last 6, and now you're playing with 12 of these. Complete this, and then you've got to go down into the dungeon. And now those you need 4.
Wow.
Ultimately, you get to the point where you're playing 6 dungeon and 6 of the dragon. You confront the final monster. You need
really
5
hard.
things. That's really.
What does this mean, though?
This means you get to choose.
Okay.
This means you can select one or the other. So as time goes on, not only are you trying to figure out what do I have and what have I completed, but what am I going to get when I complete a mission?
Very cool.
In your head, in your 5-minute timer, you're keeping track of a certain number of things, trying to figure out, well, not too many, but just enough. Got to complete the mission, but not put with too many items. What am I getting as a reward so that I don't have to worry about playing that? Right. And the more the merrier.
So, in 5 minutes, you're trying to get 8.
In 5 minutes, you're trying to get 8 So they're typically played in 6 rounds. So you can imagine if a round is only 5 minutes, you can play easily in under an hour. 45 minutes can 4 people play and go from, and it plays up to 5.
Up to 5 players. So 2 to 5, I guess.
2 to 5.
Yeah.
Yep,
okay.
That's it.
So what's your production time for this one?
This is going to start on a Kickstarter. It's fairly recent development. We decided to Kickstarter this. The Kickstarter is going to start on June 27th. Look for it from Aries.
June 27th for Dungeon Time Kickstarter. And that's from Aries Games. Thanks so much, Jim, for joining us.
Thanks, Sam.
Appreciate it. See you guys on the flip side. All right, very cool. Thanks so much.
This is an insane addictive game because you get really, really close and then you screw it up and you go, oh, let's play it one more time because it's only 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes. It's like one of those
4 hours
exactly
later.
one more turn games that you go, oh man, come on guys, let's go to dinner.
Well, no, there's nobody in queue. So I think we might be done.
So has the con been going well?
Yes, very cool. We've got many videos that we can already go through. So.
This side of the table work.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Eric Summerer.
Library crawl, forest crawl, bar crawl. So people just, they've been chatting. What are they talking about?
We good? Let's shut the feet down. Here, let me slide in here. Let's move those. You guys can go to lunch. You leave the camera set up as normal. Okay. Let's just move those 2 signs back and then we can go. All right. Hey, everybody! We are shutting down the live feed now because once again it's time for lunch. We'll be back at 1 o'clock with Arcane Wonders. They'll be showing Royals, which is the 3rd game in the Dice Tower Essentials line, and some other stuff. But anyhow, my voice is going. My hunger is up. It's lunchtime. So we'll see you guys next time. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell. This has been the Dice Tower. Thanks to all the publishers and Derek on the sound and Eric and Sam and Chaz and Z. We'll see you in an hour. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.